recording. Okay. And then let's get the party sheet open here. And the map. And then so I found out I can do this. I'm dragging the map to the chat. So those of you who are in here, go ahead and click that. It doesn't have a hover state to show that it's clickable. I opened a ticket for that, but it is clickable. Just click the pin, not the name. And that should get you guys back in here. And remember, if you don't see anything, it's all black. That's because you need line of sight. Make sure you select your token. Or you can also select other tokens, by the way, to see the line of sight from their perspective, I believe. Unless that's just a GM thing.
Where are we at? Can we get like a recap?
Yeah, I'm going to recap, but I'm going to start the show first and do the whole intro thing. Let's see. Party sheet. Just making sure I've got all my assets in front of me. Okay. Are you guys able to hear my pig freaking out in the background?
No, but Willie looks like he belongs into the Hey Arnold cartoon.
I had a hard time finding a good token for him, so I was like, well, whatever. I'm just gonna, that was the only one I could find that was royalty free and everything. So. It's Willie Wakuda. It's Laura as dad or grandpa.
I like the alliteration on the name.
That's what's going on?
Well, he's with you guys right now. Remember, he opened the door for you guys. I just made him a token. So, he didn't have one last time.
Made him a token black man.
Ouch. Alright. And then Naya left with Audavon.
I really like the alliteration on his name.
Oh, Willie Wakuda.
Like, that worked out better than I thought.
Alright. Let's go ahead and start the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of With Disadvantage. We're doing Solstice Episode 7 today, and I'm your host and GM, Chev. And with me today, we've got Violet, played by Bryn.
Hello.
Sam, played by Rainbow.
Hello.
Marina, played by Bunsen.
Bonjour.
Dragthar, played by Codeman. That's Mirma's signature. Okay, and then Sakir, played by Boris.
There once was a man named Houdini, a master of escaping the self-quarantini. Yes, I wrote a poem today about COVID, while everyone else ran and hid. The poem came from my mind and not from a shelf. Just remember, kids, Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
Oh, jeez. That was great. I am definitely going to pull that soundbite out.
You're welcome. I figured I had done a real goofy-ass intro since I did the AT1 back in.
Yes, that was amazing, too. I need to go hunt that down and get the clip out.
I have a poem.
Oh no.
Roses are red, Marina is blue. You opened the door, a loser is you.
Yeah, because you found nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of which, let's do a recap of last week. You guys spent most of the time trying to get through that magical door. I kind of figured you'd give up, so I apologize for leading you on too long. But that's eventually Willie showed up and let you guys in, and then you found that there was nothing in there. Willie also came urgently saying that he needs your help, Elora, and your friends, if they're willing, to investigate what's happening with the water. Oh, Boris, you are connected. Let me drag this to the chat once you're in here.
We all have gotten a long rest, right?
I think so. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Maggie or Mirma asked the same thing, and I couldn't quite remember, but I think you guys did.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, that's right. We took... Oh, it was Bryn. Oh! I don't get you guys like actively mixed up when you're talking, but apparently in my memory I do. Okay, Bryn asked. And yes, you guys all took a long rest. So if you didn't do that already on your sheets, go ahead and do that. In fact, the more I talk about it, the more I remember us doing it. Okay. Yeah, so Willie's basically just said we've got to investigate the water. King Withelm is freaking out, and so you guys are all just deciding where to go from there. Audubon and Naya, they were getting fed up of waiting around. Audubon's very hung up on the Dominion right now, who he still works for, and he decided to go back to the Dominion and talk to the Queen. And get more information that way and find out where he sits with the Dominion and stuff like that. What? Yes, go ahead.
Do we all eat 1 unit of rations as well?
Yes, every time you guys take a long rest, go ahead and at least consume your daily ration there. If you want to like not work when you're in like civilization, it's fine. I'm not gonna get super upset if you don't really want to track it because you guys can just refill them anywhere. But
Daily ration.
yeah, so when you start your character, you should have about I think 10 rations, and you need to eat one of them per day.
Rabbits, if you run out, do you die?
This would be on D&D Beyond. Yeah, we don't track inventory on Fantasy Grounds. What, Rainbow?
Rabbits, if you run out of rations and you take a long rest, you just die.
Well, no, but you're gonna get hungry, and there are levels of starvation. I believe. I don't know the rules on that. I have to look it up. But
I think it's part of the exhaustion rules. It's really weird.
oh, okay, that makes
I
sense.
don't think it was intended to be like a largely used game mechanic.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of people don't really pay attention to rations, but let's go ahead and at least when you're resting, just try to remember to subtract 1. I'll try to remember to remind you. Okay, so we're in the caverns here. There we go. Can you guys hear the Chev bot? Okay.
It'd be really fun is if you rolled for every time you eat a ration, see if it's good or not. If you eat like you eat a bad ration.
I just gotta check the levels real fast, make sure this music's not louder than the rest of us.
Oh, you rolled a 1. You died of lead poisoning.
Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so, yeah, Grandpa Willie just finished telling you, Alora, that he needs you to investigate the water. I believe you guys took your long rest before he showed up. So he's now here. It's morning of the following day, and you guys are free to go wherever you would like to go.
Well, let's go help some people.
Well,
Let's go figure out the water.
We know where the water came from, so I would imagine that we would go back to where the barrels were and investigate the barrels. Because going back into there seems like a bad idea.
So, Lore question: do you know where the water comes from, or is it just like magically get there?
No, we know where on the map it came from. It wasn't just magically put in. It came from like one of the barrels that's supposed to be like full of like a ton of water.
You mean like where those barrels were from, or where the water comes
We
from?
know where the
How do
barrels
we get
are
the
from.
water? That's what I'm asking. Is how do we get the water?
Yeah, so you guys know where the barrels are ultimately from, because obviously they had to be exported from Withelm, but you don't know who, purchased them and who dumped them into the hideout.
It is possible that maybe the wood of the barrels will yield us clues, because maybe there's like a branding or a marking on them, but
Oh, I think you guys misunderstood my question.
What about if we go to where we know that the water is barreled from and see if there's anything suspicious going on there?
I mean, if you guys want me to, I could go back through the hideout, grab one of the barrels, and come back through for the portal still working.
You can do that. You can also go where Elora suggested, where the barrels are originally packaged.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards that, but if you think that there's some markings on the barrels that would help us, I can...
We could do both.
yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to do both?
So the barrels are still in that snake's mouth hideout place, right?
At the very end, I saw them there, yes.
Yeah, it's also flooded, so...
Yeah, so I'm the only one that could retrieve them if necessary.
Take for you to grab one of those barrels. Guess what I'm trying to aim is, what if you did that while we start heading towards where the source is?
So it would probably take you about an hour. It was an hour of swimming through the hideout, I think it was.
Something like that.
You know where you're going now, so maybe you could cut that time down to like 45 minutes if you go straight to the other side. And then to travel to the hideout's probably another hour. So take you a few hours to go there and back, at least 3 to 4 hours.
What if we just went to the other end where the barrels were and took them out instead of taking the portal?
I'll take a whole
It's
trip
a-
to the
yeah.
front door of the Dominion.
Yeah, it's a good ways out.
Yeah, the portal definitely cuts off a lot of time. If it's still working.
Where does the portal lead to?
The portal was from the snake mouth to the hideout.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay, is that the plan?
So, if Marine does that, we can start getting everything set up to head out. Did we investigate that door, by the way?
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, correction. There was 4 silver in there.
Okay, fair enough. What about this door over here?
That's the door.
Okay.
All right. So, do we have a plan? I'm gonna go back through the hideout. I'm gonna get one of the barrels, come back with it if the portal's still up, and you guys are gonna start heading to Withelm.
I guess. I just feel weird, like, leaving someone behind who has to play catch up.
Well, the other thing is, Marina knows. You know where the source is, correct? Where the barrels are being loaded or being stocked.
Yeah. Right. Right, Chef.
Yeah, so we need you.
Yeah. So maybe we should wait for her.
Yeah.
Well, Alora being connected to the royal family by being the mentor of someone there, Alora might also know, right?
Alora would know, and definitely Grandpa Willie would know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
All right. So let's then. In that case, do we want to have somebody stay behind with Marina then?
that might be a good idea.
I'll stay behind.
Very
Okay.
good. And Grandpa Willie gives you a weird. He kind of does a double take on you, Sam, realizing that you look like a kobold. Well, let's get a move on. Come,
Okay.
come, Alora, come. We've got to find out what's happening.
And I take my grandpa's arm and start leading him away because I know he's not the most spry on his feet.
Okay. All right. Do you guys just want to fast forward to when you all meet up in Withelm and you've gone to
So
the barrel and everything, Marina?
Unless anything happens, yeah.
As Willie leaves, I go, Willie, watch that one. I think she's going in the mind.
Willie says, "Well, I think it's my mind that might be slipping because my memory's not what it used to be." And so he grabs Alora by your wrist and starts to haul you out. Not hard, but just kind of tugging you
Like
along.
an old person does.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, oh God, don't let me fall kind of grasp.
Okay. It's probably about late afternoon now. By the time you guys have all met up back at the castle, let's go ahead and get that map open. And you said you guys want to do it. What?
Are we meeting up at the castle or meeting up at the source of the water?
Okay, so the source of the water is the castle. The water comes in from behind. Well, the source of the water is these underground caverns that the water comes out of. But the water comes down 2 waterfalls and comes down a stream and goes into the back of Withelm. Here, let me. Here's the Solar Plains map in the chat there. Click the pin and it will open up. And so I'm putting my arrow. So the water kind of comes right up to the castle there and kind of goes into the foundation, and there is a place where the water is funneled inside the castle, and that's where the mages basically use their magic to manipulate the water and everything and barrel it up.
So,
Excuse me,
So
I don't
we
have
know
a map
where that-
for it though.
do we know where that water comes from, or does it just come from an endless supply of river?
It comes from that river, the endless supply of rivers. So this is the source is way up here where the water comes from.
Yeah, I thought that's where we were headed.
Oh, where the
Well, I
waters
wanna-
come from. I thought you guys were headed to where the water was packaged up in the barrels.
Yes, we want to go to where the water's packaged in barrels to see if we see anything out of place or anybody suspicious.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys have all met up at the castle now, and I'm going to go ahead and just say that you're with them as well, Marina. Let's get the
Just carrying a
I'm
big
actually
barrel?
just not gonna put your tokens on this map because it doesn't matter. We're Theater of the Mind for a moment. Yeah, so you guys have traveled through the front of the castle and made your way to the back, and Grandpa Willie is with you guys, and he says it's just down this hall, and you guys round the corner, and there's a big archway. And it's getting darker and darker down these corridors. They just don't have it as lit very much, especially right now while everyone's freaking out. Nobody's working down here because they're kind of panicking. But there are a few mages in here from the Agrippa family that you would recognize, Violet, and so they're in there. One of them is named Tina, and the other one is named Marjorie, and they are both in there just kind of like talking to each other. They look really frantic. That whatever conversation they're having, they look very worried, and they kind of look up and see you guys approaching. And the water comes in through the side of the foundation through a big archway, and then kind of pools into this big pool inside. And you see barrels all over the place where they're on like sort of makeshift pallets. And the mages, that's where they normally fill these barrels and imbue them with their magics. And you'll see just around, there's a lot of scrolls as well. Lots of different books and scrolls and stuff that these guys use to research and practice their craft, basically. Do you guys try to talk to anybody, or were you looking for something?
So I'm going to walk up to them with my grandfather first. I'm just going to kind of lead him up towards these two ladies. And then I'm going to hold up my bracelet that has the king's sigil on it. And I'm going to say, ladies, pardon us, but we're here on official business for the king. We need to know, have you seen anything out of the ordinary or anyone taking barrels that shouldn't have been taking them?
And Tina looks up. She says, "No, we haven't seen anything. It's business as usual until the water stopped coming in." And you look. There's still a little bit of water. Like the levels have definitely dropped. Like the levels usually are always the same.
So I noticed the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Can I compare the barrel that I brought with the other barrels here? See if there's anything different?
Yeah. So you managed to grab pretty much the entire barrel and carry it with you. You had to wrench it from the board that it was nailed to. If you remember, there was a bunch of them. They were all nailed to the board. You had to kind of rip it from there, and so the nail is still kind of put a hole in the bottom of this board where someone hammered it in. But yeah, the wood for this barrel is pretty old. In comparison to the barrels that you're comparing it to. Roll me an investigation check.
And I want to help out with that too.
Okay, do it with advantage.
Cool. Where's my character sheet? There it is. No.
Just double click your token at the top, and that will open it at the top of the window.
Gotcha. Okay.
You guys can see the other players now too, right? Did they fix that?
Yeah, I can see the players now.
Oh, good.
So advantage, investigation. Right. Investigation. There. That is a 16.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so you're able to look it over, and you can tell this wood is old. It's kind of splintered. You can see the surface has been weathered away. And, let me turn off the cave sounds now. It's been weathered away, and this barrel has clearly been stored somewhere for a long time. And left out in the weather and stuff like that, which you know because it's been there at least a day or two from where you found it. And the ones inside the castle are freshly manufactured, basically. They've been freshly put together. The wood is much more pristine.
So I'm gonna tell the others. So the barrels that flooded the hideout, these are pretty old.
How old do you
Old
think?
barrels, huh?
I don't know how old. These are just quite weathered.
Do the barrels have any markings on them?
Like dates.
There's no dates or anything like that because it's just water. But there are markings. The Withelm sigil basically is on the bottom, on the little cover that they put on the bottom.
On it.
Sorry, you got cut off. What'd you say?
That's the only markings on it?
Yeah, that's it. Just a sigil on the bottom. It's such a ubiquitous item in the solar planes. Everybody has these barrels, so they don't really need a lot of description. Everyone knows what it is.
Oh, I also want to take a peek on the inside of it, see if there's anything different inside, or anything noticeably different.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay.
As she's looking, I'll push her in so she can expect it a little bit closer.
Are you?
I'm a
Does
pretty
that give
tall
her
lady. I don't
advantage?
think I need help with that. There you go.
Sweet. Okay, so you look inside, and you can see the kind of some, basically some remnants of whatever spell they use in the barrel. The fresh barrel you're looking at has not been imbued with any magic yet. It's come from a cart of just freshly manufactured barrels, basically. But there's no magic about them yet. The old one definitely has. You can sense some of the magical energy coming off of it from whenever it was imbued. It doesn't seem out of the ordinary, though.
Okay, so it's just an older barrel. It sounds like.
Yep.
But the fact that there's age on it means that it's got to be at least a little bit of ways. So
So
Oh.
if these are older barrels, they must have been stocked up from a long time ago and not recently barreled.
Right. I'm gonna ask the other two, like the two that were here, the AGR. What's the last name again?
Agrippa.
Agrippa. Sorry. I'm gonna ask the other two Agrippas that are here. So when the water levels when they went down, was there anything? Did anything happen here?
And the Marjorie, sorry, I keep wanting to say tiefling, but half elf, looks up, and you said, "What? Did anything happen here?" Is that what you said? Nothing's happened here except the water. The water levels have dropped. We were just going. Had a full day ahead of us, barreling up the water and shipping it out, so they could take it by horse or by cart.
Well, it sounds like we should just go ahead and follow upstream, see if we can find what happened.
Yes, good idea. Good idea. We must find out who flooded your friend's hideout at some point, but for now we need to make our way. Everyone's going to start to panic.
I'm going to pat my grandfather's hand and say, Grandfather Willie, are you going to be able to make the trip up those hills? Should you stay here at the castle?
I'm afraid if I stay, I won't be of any use, and you're going to need me. I'd have knowledge about the history of the caverns you're headed toward. I worry about you, younger Laura. I think I need to go with you.
I smile and I pat him on the arm and say, I think you're right. I'll take care of you. I'll help you get up those hills.
Just for kicks, can I get an insight check about the caverns you mentioned?
Oh, are you trying to look for anything specific? You think he's lying, or?
Just for kicks.
Okay, go ahead.
Just 11.
Okay. He seems to be earnestly concerned about what's going on with the water, and what he said about everyone beginning to panic is already true. It's the water being gone is already starting everyone freaking out. Everyone's probably okay on water for probably at least a week or so, though. A week to 2 weeks. Well, after a week, that's when people are going to start to actually run out of water.
Well, what I was asking about specifically is like the caverns that we need them for.
Oh, right. I mean, he just says he knows what's going on with the caverns, and doesn't seem to be anything more interesting than that. I'm not sure what you want to know.
All right, I just wanted to do an insight check for kicks.
Okay.
You never know.
I do want to know, like, how long are we probably going to be out there?
I'm not sure. We got to figure out what's going on, and if we can. The caverns are not. Nobody's been able to go in them, so I have no idea what we'll find. I just know how to find the entrance because it's where the water came from. But now that there is no water, I imagine we can walk inside.
All right, well, let's get cracking, and I head out.
We should probably get things so that way we're ready. If we're going to be going out into the mountains, we need supplies.
True. I have some supplies at my spa. I do need to pick up my ring of spell storing. That could come in handy.
Young Laura and I will meet you all. We've got to make our way to the Wakuta Tower. And
What about tent?
he again tugs you along, Laura.
And
I'm
I
sorry.
lead him.
What tower?
The Wakuda family has a tower in the castle.
Very well.
Okay, and then you said you follow Mirma?
No, I'm
Okay.
heading to the spa to pick up some supplies, in particular my ring of spell storing.
And
Sorry.
I'm following her to the spa because I have no interest in this tower.
Okay, so Alora and Willie.
So
What?
I was just saying it's our house. It's not like,
Sorry, you're the Wakuda Tower?
there's no interest. I was just saying, well, I mean, it's our house. It's not like a visitor's place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so they're headed. You guys are headed out to load up on whatever you need there. And then Grandpa Willie asks you while you're on the way, Alora. He leans down and he says, "Did you get my message?"
I pull the magic paper out of my bag and I show it to him and I said, I did see your message, but I can't make sense of this, Grandpa.
He looks at it and he kind of squints at it and then he kind of holds it farther out and then closer up and then farther out again from his eyes. And he just, "Oh my, I really screwed that one up, didn't I?" And he shreds it.
I want to believe that it was accidentally like swearing in Infernal or something.
All right, so you guys make your way. Do you grab anything specific, Alora, from your home?
I'm gonna grab a few more rations,
Okay.
and other than that, I think I'm pretty well stocked.
Okay.
Can I, while everybody else does their thing, can I have a moment to just double check everything?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. And then Marina, you make your
Okay.
way out to the spa. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, first of all, I want to make sure I specifically get my ring of spell storing.
Yes. Okay. So you find the ring of spell storing there. You typically leave it there, right, for your those you employ to run the spa.
Yeah, I imagine they're probably not here amidst the panic.
Yeah, everything seems to be pretty empty right now. They are all off somewhere. You don't know where, but they got to be doing something.
Speaking
do
of,
I-
go ahead.
Do I see any signs of anything having happened while I was gone?
In the spa?
Yes.
No, it looks like maybe some people left some towels behind instead of putting them away like the signs say that they're supposed to. But so
gonna
maybe
hop
they
in.
left in a hurry.
Put it back.
Okay. All right, so it takes you 5-10 minutes to pick up everything and put it all back.
Yeah.
Mop up
while
some
I'm here,
water that they trailed out.
Yeah. While I'm here, is there anything like a tent or anything that could come in handy?
Tent? No. I should mention the one difference is your spa has no water anymore.
Well, yes, I imagine.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm gonna pick up some more rations as well. How many would I have there?
Just pick a reasonable number. That's fine. You guys are at your homes. I imagine you're pretty stocked up,
Yeah, 5.
especially at the Royal Castle. Yeah, five's fine. That's fair.
Speaking
do
of,
it. Oh.
speaking of rings, did I give Violet the ring that I took from that crate a long time ago? Or?
No. I think
Where's-
we could retcon that one.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys because I don't remember. So you either give it to
Yeah.
her or you still
Is
have
it the
it on
Ring of
you.
Shooting Stars? Because I have that.
Yeah. Wasn't it the ring of shooting stars?
No.
No, you gave that to Alora.
Yeah, you give the Ring of Shooting Stars to Alora. Mine was, I think, the telekinesis one.
Yeah, the telekinesis one.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and add that to your inventory then.
Pyrokinesis, anyway.
Rainbow, if you added it, make sure you remove it.
I don't think I added it.
Okay.
I looked at it.
Good thing you guys remember.
Because people left here in a hurry. Can I look around and see if anyone left anything that could be handy? It's not stealing if they left it behind in a panic, right?
I wouldn't think so. But yeah, you look around, roll an investigation check.
All right. Investigation.
All right. I just want to note that I think I am prepared. I also picked up a bedroll that I had laying around.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I rolled a 17.
Short buying really
Okay,
fast.
you search
Don't
pre-
mind.
You search your spa pretty closely, and in one of the hot tub areas, you find a gold ring on the floor. Now that the water's empty.
Oh. Can I inspect it at all?
Yeah, it looks. It's pretty cheap as far as ornate gold rings go.
Am I able to detect any sort of like magic stuff about it?
No.
Okay.
I won't even have you roll because no, it's just a plain old ring.
All right. I'm just gonna add it to my inventory then.
Okay. All right. Okay. Rainbow's taking a break, and then Violet, you were saying something.
Oh, I'm just doing some short buying because I'm like, wait a minute, how long are we going to be out here? I don't know.
Oh,
So-
okay. Are you where did you go to buy stuff?
I probably went to a shop. I was mostly probably just looking for like really basic stuff like tent and rations because I started with 1 day of rations, not 10.
Okay. All right. So there are a few shops in the royal courtyard, and so you make your way out there, and it looks like everybody has left in a panic, but there is still a few carts that are still manned. The people running these places look a little worried, but they're still operating their businesses.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
There is. Oh, go ahead.
I've been just like sitting here calculating, and the things I want like cost maybe 8 gold pieces. Like,
This is strangely reflective of real life.
Yeah. like oil
Uncomfortably.
flasks, like a couple of oil flasks, a tinder box, 10 days rations, and like a tent.
Oh, are you saying all the hoarding, Mirma?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, we started the campaign first, though, so COVID copied us. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
fair. Go ahead and subtract that amount of gold, and if you want to roleplay the interactions with the shopkeepers, we can, but we can move on if you would rather jump
In
ahead.
this case, I'd like to move on with the adventure because I'm curious about the mountains.
Okay.
Do we all meet
And I
up?
can just put everything in.
Do we all meet up at a certain spot, like my spa or somewhere?
Yeah,
I
so-
think we're meeting up at your spa.
Yeah, you guys are all meeting up at near your spa at the Solar Springs Crossing. Let me get that up here. Here's the map in the chat. And then I'll go ahead and drop your tokens on here finally.
Uh-oh. That means something's happening.
I mean, not necessarily.
I'm
thought-
just poking fun.
I thought I did a grid on here already. Apparently not. Give me 1 second.
This looks familiar.
Okay, grid.
Oh yeah, kinda. This was in Echoverse, I think.
This is like a
I
generic-
mean, this is totally original to this campaign.
it's a
This
generic
is
bridge
totally
map, but
original
I
to
just
this
thought-
campaign.
I got a little bit of a giggle.
Wait, when did you see it before?
Wasn't this map used in Echoverse?
I
No.
don't think it was.
Oh.
It's just like a generic bridge map. I've seen it somewhere before.
Oh.
Well, we have been on it before. Bunsen, when you first went out to your spa in the beginning, you crossed this bridge, I believe.
Oh.
Okay, and then Grandpa Willie comes out there with you guys. I don't know why. I don't know why you two are so tiny.
They became gnomes.
Oh, it's because I put you on there before the grid, before I drew the grid.
I was gonna
That's
say it's not because they're tiny, it's because we're so big, right?
why. Yeah.
My name is
Grandpa Willie,
That's what
you're
she said.
huge.
Oh, Sakara, I forgot to ask you. Did you go anywhere for supplies, or?
I did take a look around, seeing if any place in town was selling any hand crossbows.
Okay. All right, so you went out to the courtyard, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say you did manage to pick one up.
Just one, or did they have two of them?
You know what? Let's let the dice decide. Go ahead and roll a perception check, or an investigation check. Excuse me.
1 sec, I gotta shrink this map down. Because it's huge.
I used guidance to give him extra def. I'm just kidding.
And what check?
Inspiration.
Investigation.
I gotta use my guidance more often. It's like free.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be using the light spell quite a bit for those of us who don't have dark vision.
That would be me
Okay.
because I am human.
Sorry, you were only able to
James
find one
also doesn't
crossbow
have dark vision.
amidst,
Alright, I
amidst
don't
the
even
chaos.
bother with it then.
Okay.
James
I
does
did-
don't have dark vision.
I do have an item that gives me dark vision.
Okay. All right. And you guys are meet up at the crossing, and Grandpa Willie says, well, welcome, friends. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. Now, if we cross this crossing, we should be able to make our way up to the falls, and then we'll have to wrap around the side of the mountain face. It's a little bit of a hidden trail. And then we will make our way up to the very top of the Solar Springs. Does anybody need anything else before we go? We might be gone for a whole day, even.
I look at Willie and go, do you have to go to the bathroom, Willie?
I already went, thank you.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Dirty look.
Okay, all right.
Question.
Yep, go ahead.
Do I happen to have any spells already in my Ring of Spell story?
Yes. What did we decided before? What was it that you always keep there so that they can heat the water with?
It was some combination of Scalding Shots and Scalding Spray and Scalding Deluge.
Okay. I think you had one deluge and then the rest were spray.
Okay.
So yeah, so you do have those are already in there. I will say they've used a couple of the scalding sprays since you were gone. So you have, let's see, how many slots does it have? 5?
5, yes.
And scalding deluge takes up is what level?
2.
2?
2.
Okay, so you have one scald and spray is 1, right? So you have 3 of them are still there. So you can have 1 spray and 1 deluge.
All right, so 1 of each.
Yeah. Yeah, because 2 of them would have been used, I think, while you were gone.
I'd like to make a note. Actually, I'm gonna say it's in game. So I'm gonna tell everyone. So, just so everyone knows, I have this Ring of Spell Storing, and I have Scalding Spray and Scalding Deluge in here. Anyone that has this ring can actually use these spells if they want. Does anyone need some magic in their life?
So basically, you're asking who's in hot water.
Who would like to create hot water? Or is everyone good?
I'm fully stocked on some magic.
Yeah.
All right.
Just keep the ring to yourself, Marina. You need it at some point, but you hang on to it. It's yours after all.
Yeah, I was just offering because I can already. If someone else needs to cast water when I'm not there.
Do we even have? Is Codeman even here? I just realized he hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
Is that him squeaking?
Is that you squeaking? Okay.
Yes, I think
I
I
need
still
this
need to
ring.
attune marital telekinesis too.
Sorry, what'd you say, Violet?
I realized that I probably have to attune the ring of telekinesis.
Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and say that you were handed to it. It was handed to you originally, and then you had it with you for your long rest.
Yeah, it only takes a short rest too, so that's nice.
Okay.
Oh
cool.
yeah, attunement. That's
Lean over to Marina and just kind of quietly say to her, "Do you think I should have checked on your sister before we left?"
Maybe, but it's a little late now.
Who knows what that little is up to right now?
He says anything, I say, "Grandpa."
He just mumbles to himself.
Dirty grandpa.
In any
I
case,
nod to Marina. And
He's
say,
he's clearly not a huge fan of your patron either. Sorry, go ahead.
in any case, we should probably get going.
Sorry, you were saying something, Alora.
"Oh, I just said, are you ready, Grandpa?"
Oh, yes, let's go. Focus on the water, yes. And he marches forward and heads up to the solar falls. So let's see, here is, you guys see the link in the north area here?
Oh.
He heads up this way, and you guys can go and jump up to the falls.
I don't know why I keep using the trackpad when I have a fully functioning mouse.
How do you
Oh,
make the pin link work? Is it left click or right click?
left click the pin.
Yeah, it's
And
not
it
working.
should open the map. Oh, it's not?
No.
Yeah.
You have to double click it.
Oh,
I've been doing.
it's because I didn't
Oh.
share the sheet. There you go.
Oh, it's loading.
Oh. I see, but it's a big red question mark.
Yeah, maybe it's loading.
It'll load.
Oh,
Hold on.
Yeah, here it is.
There it goes.
I just discovered the coolest thing that I did not know existed. I can drag this little friendly thing from the combat tracker and drop all your tokens at once on this map.
Oh,
We're little.
Oh, shoot.
Tiny, tiny, tiny people.
I thought I
except
got,
Violet for some reason.
Apparently, I did not draw grids on these. I swear I did, but okay.
It's not
Finally,
friendly.
it's my time. I'm the tallest.
All right,
I'm like
there's
14. I am very small.
there's a grid.
Small,
and
spelled with one L and an O.
There we
To
go.
be fair, technically, I could potentially count as a small creature.
You know, that'd be kind of a fun little mini campaign if you did like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids episode.
That actually would be fun. That could be a fun little
Hard.
rock and roll play thing. Okay, so you guys approach it. Grandpa Willie crests this like staircase basically that you guys had to walk up. Kind of came from this direction, and you met up on this platform. And normally there's a huge waterfall here, but it's just a little drizzle now, as whatever water is left is still kind of slowly making its way down. And this whole area usually has a big water flow through here, but you are able to stand now on rocks that used to be underwater. So it is a little bit slippery, so it's rough terrain. And you can see a little bridge that crosses the way here, and this looks very not well traveled. It looks like it's been underwater for quite some time. There's moss and stuff all over the rocks, all over this bridge, and it's very wet, and so you guys can try to make your way across. But nothing else out of the ordinary here, other than the fact that there's not a lot of water.
Can I approach the water and see, like, how clean is it? Can I tell how deep it is?
Yeah. So there's probably about a couple feet of water left in that little basin right there.
Is it clean? Like, can I see in it?
Yeah, it's pretty clean. For whatever reason, these springs are very clear water. You can see through to the bottom.
Do I see anything of note in here?
No.
Okay.
I want to do an investigation check to see if I can see anything laying around under where the old water level was.
Okay, so not under the water that's there, but where you can walk now, where you used to couldn't. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation.
Can I use guidance to help?
Yes.
Oh, too late. I just rolled it.
Oh, you can do it again and take whatever one's higher.
No, I was gonna use the guidance spell,
Oh.
which means you can add a D4 to it.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
So I just roll a d4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
So
Okay.
it's 23.
All right, so you're looking around and you notice that the water kind of leaves a little bit of a sparkle, a little tinge of arcane magic behind. It's very interesting. The longer something's been underwater, the more it kind of is imbued with this. So all these rocks are very kind of very shiny. You have detect magic, don't you, Alora?
Yes. Should I?
Okay.
I haven't casted it recently, but
oh.
It's a
spell.
cantrip, isn't it?
No, it's a first level spell.
Oh, okay. Never
Oh
mind.
no, you're right. It is. I forgot. I'm sorry. I was even looking directly at my sheet, and I'm like, "Yup."
Yeah, no, it's kind of it's a first level spell, honestly.
I always thought it was a cantrip. Okay.
I don't want to cast it right now because I don't know how long it's going to be until we. So, do I see any? I see any items directly, or is it just the rocks?
Just the rocks.
Okay.
So there's nothing. There doesn't seem to be anything super interesting. You
Going to lean over to my grandfather and say, "Do you see anything odd about these rocks that used to be under the water?"
Yes, the water has. We've always known the water has had some sort of magical properties to it. We can't quite identify what school of magic or what it does, but the water seems to sustain us, and it fits quite nicely in with our spells for storing it in small spaces. And, he says, the longer something has been in contact with the water, the more of this strange magic it becomes imbued with.
Neat.
I'm curious about something. So I can create a little bit amount of water for free, right?
Uh-huh.
Can I create just a little water and see if I can compare it with the water here? Like I use shape water to move the 2 bits of water.
Yes.
I'm gonna show Alora the 2 things of water and ask, can you see anything different between these 2 bits of water? This one I just made. This one is from this water here.
I motion over to Grandpa Willie. I say, "Show it to Grandpa."
And Grandpa Willie bends down, takes a look, adjusts his glasses, Oh, yes. Where'd you say you got the other water from?
I just made it.
Oh, yes, of
Eat it.
course, of course. He looks at one, looks at the other, looks at one, looks at the other. Well, it looks the same to me. And he says, hold on 1 minute, and he kind of raises one hand up to the top of his head, and he kind of pats his head like 3 times, like almost like he's just slapping his head a little bit. And then he opens his eyes wide, and he looks at the two, and yes, definitely the same magic.
I have a dumb theory that somebody was transporting a bunch of those like infinite water jars and they just fell over and created this well now.
Well, the infinite water barrels are created by the Withelm family.
No, I mean like somebody like the entirety of this water source is somebody was transporting a bunch of the actual wondrous magical artifact like
Oh, yeah.
and they all just spilled it.
I like it.
Chev suddenly scribbling notes.
That's very
You can
interesting.
kill
Thank
dragons
you,
with those
Willie.
things.
Yes, of course, of course.
I just put the 2 things of water back into the water.
Okay.
I'm going to turn to Sakare, and as politely as I can, but still, keeping my air of importance about me, I ask him, would you be willing to fly up and give us a bird's eye view?
You're asking this of Grandpa Willie?
No,
Oh, Sakare. Okay, I was very confused.
A bird man.
A member of the Wakuda family and Wilhelm's elite asked me for a favor after their history.
I say
Lot of
yes.
nerve.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
You have a lot of nerve, or you don't know your history.
Young
Can't
man,
decide
why
yet.
did you even come with us?
My motives are my own. You will find out soon enough.
He just grumbles.
Let's just
I pat
let's just
Grandpa's
say
hand.
let's just say Wilhelm is not the only kingdom that is concerned about any potential activity within the Dominion.
Elora, I'm giving you inspiration. I love the way you I love the way you're just like, okay, Grandpa.
right now he's being that racist.
I mean,
I look at the. I
even
look
though
at the.
he sent me.
I look at the Birdman and I go, "Come on, Chirika, can't you just climb up there or fly up there and save us some time?"
There's a Bible story about this.
We will see. I make no promises for your own safety with this. And with that, Sakara starts flying up and starts taking a look around.
Okay, roll me a perception check. Nice.
Nice.
All right, so
Bird's eye
you
view.
fly up and you are able to see pretty clearly that obviously the water is running super low, but you can actually see where the water normally comes out of. You might even be the first to see it without water gushing forth from the underground cavern. But there is a large entrance to a cavern up in this where it used to be a small lake, basically up here before the waterfall. But now you can see to the bottom, and you can see there's all sorts of stuff in there, just like junk and stuff. Clearly, people come up here to admire the solar springs, basically, that the closest they can get to the source without actually going underground. And then so there's lots of like makeshift fishing poles and just kind of garbage around there. And you catch a glint of something shiny in the bottom of this lake bed.
Oh, something I didn't see?
Oh, he's looking up.
He
higher.
flew up over the waterfall. So we're from where you are. See my arrow? He flew way up over the waterfall, and he's seeing the little lake at the top. What you're in is just a little basin thing, but at the top of the waterfall is a little lake where it used to be a lake.
Then we should start making our way up anyway because we know he's already like looking up there for us and scouting for us. So we should start making our way up further.
Yes,
So-
come, that's a good point. Come on, let's go. And he heads across. He starts heading across the bridge.
So while
Rush up to
Sakara
him. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
is still up in the air, or he does the only thing he does the only thing that a bird in his position really should do. And he intentionally takes a crap aiming for about 2 feet in front of Elora.
All right, let's see.
I want to do a perception check to see if I avoid this poo.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm gonna use your passive perception because you're not actively looking for it, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna use your passive perception, and you need to roll a performance check, Boris.
Oh,
So my passive perception is 13.
What's your modifier? Oh, you don't have one, huh? You actually rolled the performance stat.
Yeah.
All right, so what does a tie go to?
If it meets it beats is usually the term, unfortunately.
Meets it beats. Okay, all right. So he manages to hit his mark right 2 feet in front of you. Dragthar, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
I didn't.
When it lands, by the way, I scream.
On the front page of your sheet, on the right column, it says saves. Roll the dex save. Okay. Yeah, you managed to. You hear as it comes down. You managed to dodge out of the way. Sorry, I just realized that might have blown your eardrums out.
No, it did.
Oh, okay, good. I do have the windscreen now. Cool. All right, so you dodge out of the way. He's right next to you, Elora. You see it.
I screamed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, Grandpa Willie steps out onto the middle of the bridge here and falls on his ass. He is now prone on the bridge as he slips on moss. Oh! And he just lands on his behind. And Elora! He's just rolling around.
I go and pick him up, and I go, come on,
my hip,
Grandpa Willie.
My hip. And you're picking him up. Okay.
I rush up to him as well, and I help Sam pick him up. And
okay, both of you roll dexterity saving throws.
Please don't fall onto him.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dave, right?
Both of you come out to save him in a rush, and both of you slip and fall on top of him. Oh, my hip, my shoulder.
My hip.
Oh no, poor Grandpa. Did we hurt him?
He's okay. I mean, you can stand him up. He does seem to be a little bit hurt, but he seems functional.
All right.
Carefully stand up.
He seems to be a little dramatic.
And then I'm going to very carefully lift Grandpa up. Oh, but I'm totally playing to the dramatics. That's Grandpa.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Laura.
You know what? I'm wondering, can I use shape water to freeze water here and just walk across this instead? Seeing all this happen.
Yeah, but ice is slippery, so I'm probably still gonna have you roll a dex save.
Yeah.
Grandpa Willie's arm and say, Grandpa, you really should stay with me. This is dangerous terrain. We have to take care of each other.
Also, it's mossy over there too. All this has been underwater.
I'm gonna go for the attempt.
I'm just gonna reveal. I was gonna say I was just gonna reveal. I was only making you roll if you didn't say you were being careful.
Oh no, then never mind. Then I'm.
So as long as you're being careful, you guys can make your way across.
Yeah, I'm seeing all
not
the
being careful.
Seeing all the commotion happen over there. I'm going to carefully just go around this way, freeze myself a platform, and walk across.
Okay.
Basically, moving at half speed means that you don't follow.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
sort of like on most rough terrain.
Yeah, I just wanted to see who would just run out there to help Grandpa.
I think Maria should have to roll for the ice thing now, because that's definitely not going to help walking slowly.
I think she's okay. You want to roll? All right, roll a dex save.
No, I said I'll be fine. Why would I not be?
Oh, I thought you said yeah. Why not? Roll a dex save.
Do you want me to? Fine.
No, it's fine. You make
No,
your.
I'm doing it. All
right, fine.
Uh-oh.
Marina falls in the river and tumbles all the way down back to the castle.
rolled an 11.
You make it across. You have a little close moment where you're slipping, but you make it across.
All right. I also make
Marina-
sure to unfreeze it so I don't block this.
Marina, it turns out, was actually half Vaporeon and becomes part of the water.
All right. So let's jump up to you, Sakara, because you're gonna get down to the. Are you gonna go down to the lake bed at all, or did you just come back?
I'm going to swoop down to the lake bed and
Okay.
see if I can investigate that shiny thing a little bit more.
Okay. So you swirl around after pooping in front of Alora, and you go back to the shiny. All right. You get down close, and you rummage around, and you spot it, and you pull it out, and you found a little silver hairpin. So you can put that in your inventory and try to sell it if you want. But other than that, it's unremarkable.
Okie
Make
dokie.
yourself look fancy.
I'm a bird.
Okay, and
Fucking hair do I have?
You put it in one of your feathers.
There are birds who will like rip up like things like paper and stuff them into their feathers to like.
oh yeah, our
So,
bird
you
used to do
know.
that.
Well, Sakara looks more like an eagle, not so much a crow. I don't think collecting shiny things is necessarily his bag.
Parrots too, sometimes.
Okay, so you search around the bed. The rest of the stuff you find, Sakura, is just pretty much junk. The rest of you all meet up top. I don't have a map for the top of the Solar Springs. I couldn't find a good one. So, but there is the entrance to the cavern, and I do have a cavern map if you guys are going inside already.
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't go inside.
Okay, there's that.
Stick with
and-
Grandpa Willie holding his arm to make sure his feisty ass doesn't slip and fall again.
Oh shoot! I meant to put you guys. I don't know why I did that. Spread you guys all across the cave there.
Hey, while we're waiting for this map to load, can I go grab a snack real quick?
Sure.
I'll just be right back.
There we go. I'm gonna reset the
Where's
LOS.
snacks?
There we go. Do you guys want to just take a break real fast?
Oh, look at these 2 feet right here.
Sure.
Okay. We'll take a few minutes break, use the bathroom, grab snacks, whatever. It's a
I
good-
have a
good
hot
spot.
take.
Okay, go ahead.
Baked lays are better than regular lays.
I have to
lays
say yes
are-
now. I used to not like baked lays, but I actually like them a lot now as I've
Yeah,
gotten
because like
older.
regular lays are just way too greasy.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's what I like about them. They're not so greasy. Plus, I actually kind of prefer that like, the texture of the baked lays.
I do end up eating just a bunch of them at one sitting, though.
Story of my life.
Well, that's because of all the crack.
As chips, they do tend to crack. Yes.
Finally got my pop filter, so now that I don't have a lot of wind in the mic whenever I say a P word. I was noticing in my editing, every time I said a P word, it was just like the whole audio would like go crazy. Now I know what pop filters are for.
See, with headsets, there's like a trick, and that is like positioning your
Back.
mouth a certain distance. That's why most modern headsets have like a certain like are usually like rigid and only move up and down. Because if you
I came back exactly when you said positioning your mouth, and I like it.
Yeah. But the way they used to be designed is they'd put them like right next to your mouth because the microphones were bad. So when you would say words with a lot of P's in them, you'd just get into the mic constantly.
Like you're playing a fighting game.
Yeah, and when I was younger, I learned about how to deal with this, and so I had a trick of like even it out with your nose and move it down one notch, basically, and that's how you like would position microphone headsets for like doing.
Or you can put one of those like afro like frizz bubble things on it.
Well,
You know,
even
the-
those didn't really work very well, actually.
Yeah, mine's
it's
not
only
a
more
headset
recently it's
anymore
gotten
though,
better.
so it's like been weird. I have to now I have to move my head back and forth to adjust the
Yeah.
distance.
In my case, I have a headset with a rigid mic, and like I said, that's the more modern design because that's the way things are. Because there's like a set distance that can allow you to keep popping from being a problem, but it used to be like a completely different game. Old internet and old tech is like a very weird thing. Old Skype too, like I I think a friend of mine and I encountered a glitch where we managed to make a 100-year-long Skype call by accident happen, and we still don't entirely know how it occurred.
That's
Like-
cool, but like one time a decade ago, we hacked transform mice and made all the mice fly.
I remember that.
shit.
A flock of mice.
Transform mice. That was the day. I put a vote in the chat, so just vote when you're ready, when you're back and ready.
Oh,
I got Oreos.
Oh, it doesn't tell me who voted.
And-
Dang it.
a Rice Krispie treat, then I grabbed another beer.
Fair enough.
Bread snack.
I should grab myself
I'm really-
something
Oh, I
to
was
eat.
looking in Discord. I was like, what? Okay.
Oh,
BRB.
Boris, honey, I took the last watermelon. Wicked. Red's Wicked.
That's fine. I've got my Scotch ales down here.
We,
All right,
we
I didn't take any of them.
We're
We do need
inside
to
of a
pick up some
kidney
more
right
salty
now.
snacks in a little bit anyway. We have some tortilla chips, but we're running a little low on salsa and stuff.
All right, everybody, check in. What do you got?
Oreos and a Coke.
Nice.
I got a bomb ass recipe for salsa. If you ever want to try making your own, it's super easy.
Oh,
I
no,
got
I know
water.
how to make salsa. I've done it before. Though I tend to like mine very, very spicy, so I have
Hold
to
on,
scale it back
cilantro?
heavy.
Cilantro.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're not one
Yeah.
of those that unfortunately feels like cilantro tastes like
What?
soap.
My partner is actually a weird thing, and I've noticed it's like a thing where apparently there's a third sect where it's not entirely that it tastes only like soap. It's still really tasty and they usually like it, but there's always just a hint of soap. It's different. I found this out because my partner does it with cilantro and was like, huh, yeah, it's a little like soap, but like I really like it. Like it's good. And I'm like,
Interesting.
huh, we found something else. To be
What
fair,
we
my
talking
Yeah,
about?
that's interesting.
we're talking about genetic problems.
What tastes like soap though?
Cilantros for some people.
I don't even know what
Um,
that is.
It's an herb. My partner is very, very sensitive to, I'm very sensitive to ammonia. If I pick up any ammonia in any food that I'm eating, my body will immediately be like, no, 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 you are ejecting this immediately, even if it's the most minute amount. It's really weird.
Ugh.
It means that I pick up on bad sushi really fast, though. I have never gotten sick from bad sushi before because of that. So,
I gotta go soothe my baby real quick because she's
Okay.
upset about something. So I'll be right back again.
Oh, okay.
I've got margarita mix and tequila.
it's not a snack.
I just noticed Chev moving around a pin on the world map.
Real talk, Mountain Dew margaritas was a thing that I invented when I was younger, and oh my god, they were really good. Because Mountain Dew is based in orange juice, so... Like, the first ingredient in Mountain Dew is technically orange juice. Trust me, they're not going to label it because the most of what you have in there is sugar, but the first ingredient that goes in is orange juice.
I think in Ohio that was like an official thing when I was a kid.
I know actually a little bit about the history of orange juice, of like Mountain Dew specifically, because I grew up in Florida. We're the largest producer of orange juice. You kind of get to know a lot about the process.
All right,
No
I'm
one
back.
shuts up about it. Hello.
So something I learned recently with making salsa is that so you obviously you cook everything with the vinegar and everything. I learned recently it tastes so much better if you don't add the lime until after it's all done cooking.
Yeah, the lime can get really weird if you cook it for too long, and it's not that.
It gets bitter. It gets bitter
Yeah.
if you cook it.
Gets a bunch of damn limeys.
My partner has like a weird sensitivity. I have the ammonia thing.
I
They can
wanna
just
get
sense spice in
bitter.
anything. Not like, oh, food that has lots of seasoning. No, no, no. They can just sense the tiniest amount of capsaicin, and it's amazing. And I'm like,
Oh wow,
do this.
I love spicy food.
Clearly the
You can
spice
ask
must
Boris.
flow.
You can
Yeah,
ask Chev. I have a thing about spicy food.
I mean, that's why she's still in love with me.
Spicy.
The problem with the capsaicin thing is Jay is a little sensitive to spicy food, so I gotta be careful.
You guys add hot sauce to your fireball shots, right?
I add a hot sauce. We have a giant thing of sriracha that we go through. I don't know. What does it take us about a month and a half to usually go through it? About 6 to 8 weeks.
Something like that.
Because I put it on like my eggs, everything. But you don't have to put too much for it to be, plenty. So.
I made a buffalo pasta concoction, and when I heated it, it was fine. But when I microwaved it, my partner described it as being like tear gas.
Oh my god, I've done that before.
Yes.
I have tear gassed our family by microwaving hot wings.
Who hasn't voted in the back vote? Who are we waiting on?
Is Sam back? Or is Rainbow back?
Rainbow?
Rainbow's not back.
Okay, so we're waiting on
He's
Rainbow.
muted.
I do miss eggs because it means that I have to be careful of my snacks now. So I tend to steer towards Oreos because they're eggless.
We must be waiting on
Do you have
Bunsen.
an egg allergy?
Mm-hmm. And the worst part about it is, I didn't grow up with it. I only got it after I turned 23. So I was like, I'm making.
It totally happens. Like, I have so many things that bother me now in my mid-30s that I never had when I was in my 20s. Like, fucking milk bothers the shit out of me now. And I never had an issue with it growing up, so.
I was like, as a kid, there was like a thing that they were pumping into cows, and long story short, it messed with my body. And so I couldn't drink normal milk. I had to drink organics only, or soy milk, or I had goat's milk a lot too. And then I got older, and the organics movement took a hard swing when I was about 15, 16. So I could drink all the milk I wanted because they were like, oh yeah, we have to advertise it's bovine growth hormone free, and I'm like, yeah, it is. Now I can drink whatever I want. And then I turned 18 and I became lactose intolerant. And I've never been so upset in my life. Because it was like I drank.
Too bad though, lactose intolerance is kind of a natural thing that all human bodies will eventually go through. It's just your genetics choose how late it is. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with me. Where it's just lactose intolerance, but it's, it onset in my 30s, so.
I've just sort of given up at this point, because as long as I'm not drinking a whole glass of milk, it usually doesn't bother me too much. And my stomach's already, in knots, chronically. So,
Yeah.
Whatever, I'll eat some cheese. It's fine.
Otherwise, I've got a stomach of steel. My intestines aren't agreeable to it, but my stomach's pretty happy with everything.
Yeah. The worst part about the egg allergy is at the time, I had just mastered a form of cooking an egg. Because I liked doing that. I liked learning different ways to cook eggs that were weird and interesting and gave me all kinds of options. Because when I was, hungry or snacky and I wanted something protein-rich,
Is it egg whites specifically?
I don't know. That's the thing. I just know it's egg.
Yeah.
And I can't have
'Cause,
mayonnaise, which is annoying.
That's a really common one.
Mm.
So you could still have certain kinds of pasta and stuff like that if they're made with just the yolk and not the egg white.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about testing that because my egg allergy did worsen very recently to the point where it went from, oh yeah, I get a little bit of weirdness and my stomach gets into knots to, okay, I'm starting to, my mouth goes numb when I eat something with egg in it now. In any way, shape, or
Chance
form.
to do the allergy test, the 30 shot with a doctor, because if you can, it's totally worth it.
I've considered it when I have insurance or money.
Have insurance, because it's an expensive test. It's some thousands of dollars for the test. But if you're like, hey, I have an allergy to eggs that developed recently, and I suspect I might have an allergy to something else, we'll do it's a 30-shot test. They do it on your back. It's it's fairly painless.
I've done that full thing. It wasn't 30 shots. It was 2 sessions, and it was about 46.
Okay, that's the more intensive one. That's for I've got this specific thing that I'm having an issue with, and so they'll narrow it down to the difference between egg white and egg yolk instead of just egg protein.
They did also blood work for the food ones. So they found out number one, I'm very allergic to certain kinds of mold and fungus and stuff. So that's a really fun thing I have to live with. So every time that we have to start the air conditioner for the first time of the year, I just have problems. It's a mess.
When I was younger, I had a diagnosed mold allergy. Not just oh, you have allergy, but I had allergic to mold, throat swelling and stuff like that. As I've gotten older, it's hardly been an issue. I still get the seasonal allergies, but it's not the same as throat swelling, feeling the numbness, you know what I mean? When you're allergic to something.
Yeah. I will admit,
I don't think I've
think
actually dealt with that in years.
I am allergic to strawberries for sure, and the more annoying allergy that I learned about was I have a ragweed allergy. Which is like, oh, that shouldn't be too bad an allergy. Everyone has a ragweed allergy. Yeah, but did you know that some foods that are relatives to ragweed can trigger that ragweed allergy? I'd found out that bananas aren't supposed to make your mouth feel like tingling. That's not supposed to happen. I thought that was just what bananas did.
I think our oldest has a strawberry allergy because she did that same sort of thing recently. She's like, sometimes, Mom, strawberries make my mouth tingle. And I'm like, you probably have a strawberry allergy. She still continues to eat them.
The weird part about my strawberry allergy is usually when you're allergic to strawberries, you're also allergic to, like, raspberries and blackberries because it's the family. And I'm only allergic to strawberries, and we've never figured out why. And it's like,
I don't know if she's got the same issue, but, I mean... You can be allergic to, like, potatoes, but you can not be allergic to, like, rose pollen, even though they're the same nightshade family. Or tomatoes.
With the ragweed thing, I've discovered, like, that's probably why I never liked chamomile growing up. And stevia, the sugar replacer, is made with a relative to ragweed. And when I drink stevia, it literally tastes like pain. And I didn't know what that tasted like, and now I do. It's like, it doesn't really taste like food, it just hurts. And I'm like, this is weird.
Me and you gotta talk about some spicy food sometime. I think it's time to start again.
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting until 9 before I interrupted this riveting conversation.
It was very riveting.
Rainbow, are you back?
Yep.
Okay. In the future, when we take breaks, I'm going to have you just press 1 in the chat to tell me you're back. That way I can know when to interrupt everyone. All right. Since the vote thing seems to not work right or something. Okay. You all ready then? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's get the right thing turned on over here. Okay. All right, so you guys enter the cavern. This cavern is very damp, as it used to be completely full of water, and nobody's ever been able to get in here because it's been a constant outward flow. So this is the first time anyone that you are aware of that anyone in your lifetime has entered this cavern. And so Grandpa Willie walks inside, and oh my, this is fascinating! As he looks around, and all the walls are damp. There's moss everywhere. Yeah.
Can I ask? I'm gonna have a moment to point out, like, considering this is a cave and it's a little treacherous, we should choose somebody to be in front.
Yes.
Hi, Willie. Let's hold back a little.
I choose the bird feller over there to go first.
I choose Willie.
Oh
Sam.
no! I must bring up the rear. I must just slow you down being in front.
Yeah, but you probably know the way.
I told you I only know where the entrance to the cavern is. I've never been inside.
Nobody's been in here forever.
Well,
I have a weird solution. Should I lead in case there's some water-related thing that needs to happen? 'Cause I can water.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Fair enough.
Alright,
Whoever's our middle
move ahead.
point I'm gonna probably, like, ask about things. Let's see. Let's figure out marching order then, I guess. Sakara, where do you feel you should fit in this marching order?
How deep
Sakara?
is this water?
Doesn't matter too much to me. Definitely, probably not right in the middle. Probably more towards the rear of it.
Alright, I guess I'll come up after Marina. Because worst case scenario, if I need to just, like, make a wall, basically, the only person who has to move is Marina.
Oh, you two are so talented. I miss the days when I was your age.
Stay with Grandpa Willie wherever he ends up, and I'm gonna keep my arm on him to make sure he don't go running off.
All right. He steps forward, and it brings you with him, Alora, to get behind Violet.
Well, you guys?
I'm gonna go after, I guess.
Okay. All right, so Sam, you follow up behind Willie and Alora. Dragthar and Sakar, where are you at?
Sakar could go at the end to keep an eagle eye on things.
All right, Codeman, so you're going ahead of Sakar?
Because of the middle-ish point of Alora.
Yeah.
Alora,
but
do you have an item that you're just going to
sneaky, I
constantly
guess.
have with you? Or, like, you're willing to, like, wield out or otherwise?
My crystal, which I use to cast my spells.
I was thinking something more like a torch or a sword, but that's fair. You know what?
Along-
I'll just cast light on you. You're the light source now.
Dang.
Actually, along those lines, there might be lighting in here already. Like, what are these things?
Yeah, but it's just in case. Because I can cast light just freely, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
A ring that casts like fairy light and stuff like that too.
Wait, what light? What are you pointing to, Bunsen?
These things, are these not natural lights?
No, there's no natural lights in here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is. I
What
actually
is
don't.
the lighting like in here?
It's totally dark. I should have mentioned that. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, all that used to be in here was water, so there's nothing in here.
What's the slope like? Are we going downwards?
No, you're actually going kind of upward, because at the back of the lake is basically more mountain, so it would have gone higher peak, but then the cavern goes into the mountain, so you're kind of climbing up into the mountain here a little bit.
Okay.
Before we walk any further, I'd want to check for any items sitting around that would have been. They're not anything under the water, but stuff that was under the old water level.
Well, that would have been everything here, right?
Yeah, so everything. The water was
Yeah.
up here all the way to the ceiling, so.
Okay, so I want to check for anything, but I'm not going to dig under the water. I just want to see what's on the surface of places, for specifically items.
I'll use shape water. I'll use shape water to look in the water, see if I can bring anything out of it.
I'm gonna fall to the very end because I have night vision.
There it goes. Ooh, not bad.
Oh yeah, so hold on. Someone is saying they can't see the stream. They're seeing Discord. Why are we seeing Discord? Yeah, that's weird. This is a window. That's why it's these overlay window things. Okay, hold on. I'll turn this off and do display capture. There. Sorry about that. Anyway, continue, guys. Sorry for the pause.
Investigation to find any items that were above the water level.
Okay, so yeah, roll investigation. Does anyone help? Oh, you already did. Okay. All right, so you're looking around, and now you find, well, you do actually find something. You find a few bones embedded in the kind of muddy wall.
I point them out and I say, "Ooh, look, bones. Can I tell what they're from?"
No, you don't recognize them. They've been very polished by the water that's had to pass over them for what's probably a very long time.
Check help.
Sorry, what?
Help.
I still didn't catch it. What?
Sorry, would a nature check help?
Oh yeah, all we were hearing was "ek help."
Yeah.
No.
I'll help you with a nature check if you want.
Yeah, nature
Is
check would
yours
help.
better?
Well, no. If I help you, you get advantage.
I know, but I just wanted to see if you had a higher thing, I could give you advantage.
No, it's only a +3.
That with advantage.
I think
Nature check.
I think with that, it's just, whoever decides to do something and then someone can help.
There you go.
Yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, so you're looking at these bones. It looks like some kind of primate, some sort of mammal these bones came from. And from what you can tell, the erosion on the bones and the wall, it looks like it could have been thousands of years old.
Ooh, I share my information with Grandpa Willie.
Oh, okay. He looks at the bones and, wow, that's incredible. I don't know what that could be from. We must grab some of these on our way back.
Can I use shape water, see if I can take anything out of what's currently in the water, like to investigate under the water?
So there's just a couple inches of water at the bottom of this cavern.
I cast message on Grandpa Willie, and I mimic Laura's voice, and I go, "Grandpa Willie, would you like to eat these bones?"
Oh, and I like to eat them. No, we must preserve them. Roll a deception check.
Well, the spell says only the person I send it to can send it to hear it.
Oh, okay. I see. So, okay, so yeah. So suddenly out loud, you guys just hear Grandpa Willie say, no, we must take these bones back. We can't eat them.
Eat them? No one wants to eat them, Grandpa.
You just offered me some.
That's not what I said. I told you that these bones are thousands of years old.
Yes,
they
and
look
then
like
you
they're from
asked if I
primates.
wanted to eat them.
I just like kind of, Grandpa.
We are whippersnappers.
Alright, are we heading in?
Let's move along. Let's get this and move on.
So Laura, I had a
I was
very
gonna say I should
interesting
persuade
idea.
him to eat the bones.
I was considering writing a paper about it, but I don't know exactly if it'll go over well. But the idea is that if we go ahead of nature and do small controlled burnings that we can put out and deal with easily, then we won't have massive forest fires that deforest big chunks of the plains.
Interesting.
We've already got the if we
Are
fix
you-
this, we've already got the water source and everything.
And your family is pretty adept at controlling the water. I mean, they could easily
Yeah.
put out any sort of controlled flame.
Mm-hmm. So as long as we're careful,
I think that's
about
something to talk to the king about. That's really interesting.
Yes, interesting. Let's get a move on now.
it. I think I make idle talk while we move.
I haven't eaten for almost 2 hours, you know.
I need this button and pills.
Have to
Can
eat.
I offer him a bit of all my rations?
He kind of he just waves it away. Let's just move. We've got to find out what's going on with the water.
Alright.
You youngsters
Alright,
need to
let's
get your priorities in order.
Alright, we're heading in.
Okay. All right, so you guys make your way through the cave here. Let's see. Where's the token selector?
Elora is instantly curious about Violet's
There
idea,
we
though, and
go.
definitely stores that away for future investigating.
All right,
So
so
thanks for that.
you guys make your way through, and as you come around the corner here, you all are able to see a large door made out of some kind of alloy or something, and it's closed up. And you do start to see some light as you come around the corner here. A blue hue kind of lights up this cavern. Your eyes have to adjust to it. It's not super bright. It's a very dim glow.
It's all been
Um,
underwater before.
Yes, this has all been underwater.
I have a quick question. Where's the water going down here?
So the water looks like it came from this direction.
Alright, but like
So
what's down here?
flowing this way.
Like where's the water coming from now? Because it's not the stream is still
Oh,
going.
this is just like a little pocket in the floor basically of the cavern as you come in. It's not going anywhere right there. This is just a puddle basically now. that
I
you're
think
looking
what he's
at.
asking is where's the water that's going down now flowing from?
Yes.
'Cause it looks like it's flowing from
And that's what I'm saying. It's not flowing from anything. This is just a puddle down here. The water came flowing from this way when it was full. This whole cavern was full of the water. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I think he means we're in the process of watching it dry up right now.
Yeah, there's no more water flowing. All you're seeing down there is a puddle that is left behind.
Yeah.
I cast a message on Willie again in Elora's voice. I go, "Can you eat to that door, Grandpa Willie?"
All right, roll me a deception check this time.
Okay. Deception.
Can I unhelp him to give him disadvantage?
you don't know what's happening.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope I grabbed the right one.
Nope.
Okay, and then so
Oh,
this
that's insight. That's insight. Deception.
fine. All right,
What the hell, Lily? This ain't right.
all right, and
Poor Willie.
he says, "Laura, are you hungry? Do you want one of my rations?"
I rub my tummy a little bit and I say, "No, I ate very well before we left, Grandpa. Thank you, though."
Very
And I
well.
pat his hand and I just think, such a caring old grandpa.
He just kind of looks annoyed. 'Cause you keep asking if he wants to eat things.
Upon our discovery, I'm kind of just like, I'm immediately going to approach this thing.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold Grandpa Willie. We're gonna stand back a bit.
So as you, Elora, as you walk, or not Elora, Violet, as you walk up there, suddenly you see. Hold on, 1 second. Let me get this up here. Suddenly you see some weird-looking tentacles come from the crack right in the back here, and you see this little tentacle appear out, and then this weird squid-like creature pulls forth, and then it gets stuck, and it's just like, and it pulls, and this beak comes out of the hole there, and you guys all see a creature that looks like this.
Like in the wall or in the ground?
Yeah, it comes out of the crack, like the seam in the door. Can you see my arrow?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, is the door, is it on the ground or is it on the wall here?
This door is on the ground. So these are stairs, and you're standing on the door right there.
Okay.
They're coming out of the walls, man.
Okay. Sorry, I was misunderstanding what you were asking. Okay, and then this creature, as its tongue kind of like it comes out of the beak, and then it leans towards you, Violet, and it snaps at you. Everybody roll initiative. So go to the front of your sheet and just double click the init field.
Cue boss fight.
I'm gonna talk to it.
Alright, where's initiative?
It's on the front of your sheet.
It's on
16
main.
page.
I got 16.
Oh, I see it.
That's not bad.
Oh, I got a fat 3.
Okay, and then I just gotta roll Willie's. So let's see here.
Willie gets an add 20.
Is 17.
That's right. I'm ready to fuck some creatures up. I need to put a hurting on some squirtings.
All right, so this creature comes out and Grandpa Willie sees this creature lunge at you, Violet, and no, Violet! And he raises his hand up, and this icicle shoots straight out of his hand and hits well, let's see if it hits. Oh shit! It hits
Willie bringing the fire.
It hits this weird creature right in the side of its weird brain-looking head, and it goes just right into the brain, right between the folds, and it does. Wow! It does 12 damage.
Yeah, fuck it up, Grandpa.
Damn,
Take that, Grell! That's an ancient evil you're fighting there, Violet. Get out of there! Okay, and that is it for Willie's turn. Marina, you're up
Does it
next
look like
act.
Grandpa Willie put a big hurting on that thing?
Oh yeah, so now there's this ice spike sticking out of the side of the creature's brain.
I'm imagining it like
Nice.
screeching. Because his
Yeah, it's just wow!
I make that
Next.
noise a lot.
All right. So, I am to. I'm going to see if I can use guiding bolt. I think. Yeah.
Okay, what does that do
I'm gonna
again?
use guiding bolt and try to hit the same spot where the icicle spike hit.
Okay.
Try to double down on that. So guiding bolt. A flash of light streaks toward a creature of your choice within range. It has a 120-foot range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage, thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target until then.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. So, by the way, go ahead and make sure your token's selected. You'll have I think a gray border around it when you have it selected, and then control click your target, and you'll target it like that. Can you see that arrow?
Yeah.
Okay, I targeted it for you. You just untargeted it since I already did it.
Did I do it?
Let's see. Yeah, it looked like you had a target. So you have to click the token you want to look at to see their targets, and it will draw arrows from the selected token to their targets. So let's see, Sam, where are you? You don't have any targets right now. Now you do. Okay. And you guys are free to target outside of your turn. Nobody else can see that arrow unless they select your token. So you guys can set that up before it gets to your turn. All right. So now if you roll your attack roll from your sheet, it will automatically roll against the creature. You don't have to drag and drop like we used to. You still can, but nice. Wow. And it should take account to the double damage too when you roll your damage. Okay. So that definitely hits, and it hits right in that ice spike.
Alright, just making a note of the spell slot. Alright, and now damage.
Oh my god. Holy crap! Shoot! Wow.
Good aggro.
Describe how you blow up this thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh wait, no, wait. Excuse me. It already calculated the damage. I was adding to what it already had. Okay, it's very, very hurt. It's not dead.
And now it is glowing faintly.
Yes, it's glowing faintly, and there's just blood spurting out of its little brain fold. Just
can I imagine one thing at least?
Yes.
Like, it hit the icicle spike so on the point that the icicle spike went through out the other side of the creature.
Perfect. I like that. Yeah, it's definitely suffering now. You can see one clean hole right through it.
And I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna step around, get out of line of sight.
Okay. All right. Answer me this real fast, Bunsen. In the combat tracker, do you have a button at the bottom that's like end turn or anything like that?
No.
Okay. I was just curious if I only had access to this button or if you guys had a version of it. All right, Sam, you're up next.
Does my crossbow have a +1 on it on this? Fantasy ground, I mean.
Oh yeah, yes, and I applied it to your crossbow in Fantasy Grounds. Yes, I did.
So how do I do this? I'm in inventory, and I just do crossbow. What?
Not inventory. Stay out of inventory. It's actions.
Actions.
And on the actions tab, make sure display says actions. Let's see, mode, preparation, combat. Oh yeah, make sure it says mode, combat, display actions at the bottom.
It says combat and display actions. Yeah.
Okay, and then find your crossbow. It's at the top there, and then you just.
I do advantage. Do I just click the advantage on on the bottom?
Wait, why does he get advantage?
Because the guiding bolt. That's his effect.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, nice. That hits. And then go ahead and now just roll your damage. Just double click the 1d8 plus 2 piercing. Once you have your target selected, you don't have to. Oh, dang. Okay. All right, so you hit it with your arrow, but your arrow goes clean through the hole that the ice pick made. And so your arrow does some damage, but not a lot, as it goes through the hole and sticks in the wall on the other side.
All right, that's not my turn. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Cannon. Bonus.
Okay.
And can that attack this turn, or is that no?
Oh, that's right. No, you create it, and then I think you had to use your bonus action to attack with it. Actually, wait, creating it required an action, didn't it? Yes. So you can't create it either. Creating it required an action, and then you had to use your bonus action to fire it. So in one turn, you could create it and fire it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this growl creature turns and it's very damaged. It's just its tongue is like flailing out of its beak, and part of its tongue, a chunk of its tongue is missing, and so it's bleeding from its mouth. It's bleeding from its brain. Its tentacles are reaching out wildly, and they try to attack you, Violet. So let me see here. How do I? There we go. Okay, and then attack. All right, and he misses as he can't see very well as he's just kind of floating there, bleeding profusely, blood all over the floor. Reaches out with his tentacles and he kind of just goes right by you, lunges this way, and now he's on this side of you. And okay, I think that's it for his turn. Dang it. He can't attack twice. Oh, wait. Yes, he can attack multi-attack. My bad. That's right. With its tentacles and one with its beak. Okay. So as he flies past you with his tentacles, he turns and he tries to bite you with his beak. Oh, no!
Oh!
Fair enough. I gotta get unlucky sometimes.
So he bites you for 14 damage as he slices through the tip of your hat and takes a chunk of your ear with it, and part of the side of your head. You're gushing blood from the side of your head. Well, not gushing, but you're bleeding pretty bad.
The dice have no chill tonight. Good God.
What's happening?
We've had 4 natural 20s today.
Yeah, we had a lot.
At least, because I had the one on the perception check, and then we've had a shit ton in we've already had 3 in combat.
Yeah, 2 of them were back to back.
That's awesome. Violet, you're up now.
Give me a sec. The obvious pick is to go 5, 10, use my action to disengage. 15, 20, 25, 30-ish, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you have any bonus actions?
I don't think I have anything I can cast as a bonus action, but I will check. Yeah, everything's in action, so I'm just kind of disengaging from combat
Okay.
for this turn, so go on.
Okay. And if you guys are wondering why there's no music or anything, it's because tabletop audio crashed Chrome on my computer and I can't be bothered to fix it.
I thought you were about to say because combat's already almost over or something.
No. I had music all prepared and it's just like my MacBook is like freaking out over there.
Status dying.
Okay, so that's... wait, what did you just roll?
I didn't do that.
It just became Dragthar's turn and it thought he was dying.
The game thinks Dragthar is dying.
Failure. Status dying. Death failure. Oh yeah, you rolled a death saving throw.
He drank too much hand sanitizer.
Did you double click the dice on your sheet or something?
No, it just became.
I mean, that is what's going to happen if you do.
That was a D20.
It's an alcohol for drinking.
Oh yeah, you somehow rolled a death saving throw. That's weird.
For some reason, it thinks that he's already out of health, like he didn't recover or something.
No, he clicked the death saves, but if you look at the bottom, you can roll a death save without dying. Yeah, I just did it again.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Well, now you're double alive now, Dragthar. All right, let's see.
has resurrected Dragthar.
So that's it for Violet's turn. Oh yeah, so Dragthar, you're up now.
Jesus took 3 days. Dragthar took like 2 seconds.
A turn is 6 seconds, so you know.
I guess it's the next person's turn.
No, Dragthar
no.
shouldn't be dead.
You can still
Should be at full
combat.
health.
Oh.
Yeah, you should still be able to more than combat. You're fine. The game was just being weird.
Scared.
Yeah, you should be at full health.
All right, let's see. So I'm going to attack him with my green flame blade.
Okay.
And it says, as part of this action, use a cast spell. You must make a melee attack with a weapon against me.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and target it for you. There, I
Nowhere
targeted it.
close to it though.
All right.
You're 20 feet away.
Shh.
I mean,
oh, that didn't work.
y'all can walk.
You just drug the ability to the chat.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
That was
So-
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Damn it.
Hold on. I have to undo that damage now.
Oh.
So you did that? Is that the right one? Did you need to roll an attack for that though?
You have
Yeah,
to
he
roll
has
a melee
to,
attack.
make a melee attack.
Okay, roll the attack.
You need to undo 7 or 10
damage.
damage.
Yeah, I'm undoing that now. Hold on. That's where my... Here we are.
You have to get close in order to do that kind of combat. Just a heads up.
I'm not close enough. Where I can't even see. I've got so much stuff on my screen.
It's melee, so you have to go like right in his face.
All right. Well, there. Can I like
It's
move, or does
not-
that cost me a turn?
No, you can move. You can move up
you
to...
can move it and then do an action.
Yeah, you have
have-
30 feet of movement, so...
You have movement, action, bonus action. So if you have something that goes on a bonus action, you can do that too, all in the same turn. You're all right. Don't worry. D&D is
So-
kind.
I need to do a melee action.
So on your
Yes.
actions, you have green flame blade. Oh yeah, you just have the damage there. Does that? Why doesn't it have an attack roll there? That's weird. I must have just added the damage and forgot the attack roll because I had to make that custom since I didn't have it in one of my modules I paid for. So just roll a manual d20, and then let me look at what your plus is. I think it's +5 for your spell.
It's an 18.
Oh yeah.
That's
All right. Yeah, you're good. You're plenty. You hit, and then should we just take the damage you already did, the 3.
I guess it'll be +3 then, right? Because it'll be the fire damage. Let me see.
Oh yeah, it is just 3 straight up fire damage. Okay, so you do 3 damage. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you light this thing on fire, and it's just kind of burning a little bit as the fire goes around the whole brain head and across its tentacles, and then kind of goes out. Does 3 damage in the process.
Okay.
Anything else on your turn?
What's his So I had the combat tracker up close. So I get like two moves per thing, or
No, not at this level.
okay, well that's it.
Okay. It's just if you had a bonus action that you wanted to roll.
I don't think so. I have like a rebuker, but I don't have like a.
All right, Sakara, you're up now.
Alright, so Sakare goes airborne about as much as he can in the cave just to make sure he's got a clean shot over everyone's head. And he whips out his light crossbow and fires off a shot at the Grell.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna poop on him.
All right, go ahead and
think that would deal damage.
looks like you already
That
have
only-
him targeted, so go ahead and roll your attack.
That would only deal 1 poison damage.
Weapon?
Oh, all right. So that arrow goes flying by it and barely misses as it dodges out of the way.
And
Please.
then... Give me 1 second.
That's fine.
I am then going to go ahead and... I'm going to action surge to shoot the bastard again.
Fair
Uh oh,
enough.
it's got serious.
There we go. Awesome.
It's-
All right. So you hit
For 7 damage.
for 7 damage, and this thing is. Describe how you kill it.
Shoot it and put the crossbow bolt right through the nostril in its beak.
Okay, the bolt goes right through its nostril, shatters right through the beak, and stabs into its brain, and just and it falls down in a bloody mess on the stairs there, and rolls down to the ground.
Gross. Can I use Scalding Shot on it to try and move it away from the stairs? Like,
Sure.
Power washing the stairs.
Post that to power washing porn on Reddit.
Now that that's out of the way, I want to
Is
investigate.
that seriously a Reddit? A subreddit? I
Oh,
mean,
I
yeah.
don't care how
I'm
It's
sure
injured,
it
awesome.
probably is.
I don't care how injured I am. I want to do this.
hang
I
on.
want to know what this is.
Oh,
Can I
you're
try to stop you to give you some healing?
You can heal me, but I'm gonna investigate. I gotta know.
I'm gonna cast a message on Willie again. I'm gonna say in Alora's voice, "Grandpa Willie, I'm so proud of you. You can take the first bite."
That to Violet as she's going up to the door. Don't open it yet.
I'm not gonna open it. I'm just gonna look. Don't worry.
Grandpa,
I'm gonna head up there and give.
Do I have to roll deception?
what are you trying to do?
I casted a message on Willie and Laura's voice again, and I said, "Since you did so, I'm so proud of you. You can have the first bite, Grandpa Willie."
But
Yeah.
I was yelling
Yes, you need to roll
at
deception.
Violet the same time that he was doing that.
Oh yeah, so roll it with disadvantage. We'll just roll it
Right,
again. I'll
doesn't
take the
matter.
lower one. I just want to see if he rolls a 1. No, just roll it once more. You already rolled it once, so just roll it again. Okay. All right, so this time Grandpa Willie is like, he's, what? And then he looks and he hears you yelling, Alora, and then also hears this voice in his head. And then he turns, and what components does Send Message have, Sam? Do you know?
I think it's VS only, but
So it does have somatic components?
And verbal.
Okay, so he turns and he sees you, Sam, moving your hands around and muttering something. And
oh, no, there is an M. There is a short piece of copper wire.
oh, okay, that's fine. That's basically I just wanted to see if what Willie sees. And so Willie turns and he sees you.
That's an expensive spell. Yeesh.
Sees you mumbling and casting a spell, and he said, "Why? Why would you do that to me?" And he approaches you.
I said, "Oh, I didn't do anything. I was casting detect water."
Don't do that again.
I look over. I notice Grandpa Willie has walked away, and I follow next to him since I make sure he's getting into Grandpa trouble. And I say, "What's wrong, Grandpa? Are you all right?"
This hooligan keeps pretending to be you in my head. He's the one that asked me if I wanted to eat the door.
I shoot a dirty look at Sam, and I summon my mage hand, and I go over and I give him a smack with the mage hand.
I was really hoping you'd like pick him up with the
They can't
mage hand
actually
and
hurt
hit
him, so
it would be funny though.
Okay.
my mage hand can't do any damage. It just gives him a smack.
All right. So this hand smacks you, Sam, on the face, but you don't. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it definitely hurts your pride a little bit.
I would like to cast Spring Healing on Violet.
Okay, go
Fair
ahead. You can target her and cast the healing to see the health go up in the tracker too.
Alright.
Like we can actively use the combat tracker to maintain health for a session, then you can just transcribe it over to TDB on.
Yeah, you need to put Dragthar back at full health though.
Oh. I don't know why he was missing one.
You just killed him again.
Oh. Oops. Okay, there we go. You're good.
Alright.
I fixed you.
So Violet, you have been healed 5 points.
That's good. Can I have some help? I'm looking into this. I just want to look over this door and see what I can figure out about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll assist that, and I'm gonna give you guidance.
Oh yeah.
All right. So an investigation check first
With advantage.
with advantage.
You're investigating the shit out of this.
All right. So you look it over and it looks.
+3.
Okay.
25.
You look it over and it looks very ancient. Whatever this alloy is, you've never seen anything like it before. Nothing that your blacksmiths can craft. Nothing you're familiar with, and you definitely get the sense that there's something magical about this door.
I'm actually gonna go for that history check at that point. Then.
Yep, that's the next one I was gonna say to roll.
Do we want to do the the guidance advantage shuffle again?
I don't know. Can I help you with the history advantage?
Yeah, if you're just helping.
I mean, you guys would have to be talking, I think, to
Yeah.
share your knowledge together. So sure.
Yeah. I'll do that plus the guidance again.
Yeah.
And this is a
It's a cantrip, so it's free.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, why?
The dice are crazy today.
So,
I still got an 11. That's not bad.
All right, so
I mean,
it
the
doesn't.
school didn't teach history; it just taught magic.
Fair enough.
All right, yeah. So you guys don't know anything about this door, but Grandpa Willie comes up and he takes a look, and he walks over here and he's studying these runes on the side that are glowing in this blue hue. This is quite interesting. I've never seen anything like this. And
while he's doing
he
that,
kind
I
of
wanna
gives it a
come
little
back-
kick. Oh, go ahead.
I want to come back to my preferred form.
Which is...
The Alora with white hair and 7 years older.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the token out.
I still hear 7 when you say that.
I
don't
would like
see
to
your
look into doing an
token.
Arcana check as well, just because.
I had the token
We're here,
in
we're gonna
here.
hit it.
Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to drag it from here. That's right. Because it was made out of your portrait. There you go. Oh, no, I did that to Laura. Fuck. God, Rainbow, you're making this so freaking hard. All right.
Turn me back.
There you go. All right.
Alright.
You've de-aged Elora, and Sam, you've turned into older Elora.
Can I do the old advantage guidance combo to help Violet with the Arcana check?
Yeah, we need to look into this.
Yes, go ahead. Do Arcana.
With
advantage, yes.
I forgot about the advantage. Pardon me.
Just roll again.
And then roll your...
Plus... Sick.
Okay.
Bad.
All right, so yeah, you definitely get the sense it has that same magic that you don't recognize, you don't know. It's nothing that you've ever been taught in school, nothing you recognize. And you're a sorcerer, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so
Same magic as what?
That was imbued in the water that Willie talked about, and Willie was just about to say the same thing too. He kind of kicks it, and then he does that same thing. He kind of pats his head 3 times, and then opens his eyes really wide, and yes, this is definitely the same ancient magic. He arrives at the same conclusion as you guys.
Magical element.
Apparently.
I look at Grandpa Willie and go, how can he keep on slapping your head? Is that like a magic spell?
The spell has a somatic component, and that's the only way I could get it to work.
Alright. I'm gonna walk up to Sakare.
I feel like these markings tell us we need additional pylons.
What is that? What is in pylons? Stupid bird.
You are not from. My people are not from this plane. You wouldn't understand.
I'm aware.
That was so mean.
Kind of narrows his eyes at you.
No.
He just doesn't like you for some reason.
Okay, old man.
How ancient?
It's hard to say. It
Older
looks
than you or just as old as you?
so. It looks like it's been kind of run down. You guys can see marks and stuff on it. The water has definitely kept it very clean. Moss doesn't seem to be sticking to it or anything like that. But the alloy that it's made of is kind of warped and in some places. Clearly not impervious, but...
Can I take out the pickaxe I have and just kind of poke it with the pickaxe?
Sure. You pull it out, you poke it, you hear clink.
Grandpa Willie, were you like a child when this was made or what?
I wasn't even born when this was made. It's gotta be millennia old.
So not nearly as old as you then.
Very funny.
Can't.
A millennia would actually work perfectly with the Bone Age. If they're 1,000 years old, this was probably made around the same time whatever that was died. So.
Very good deductive reasoning, Violet.
Can I investigate the crack that the grill came out of?
Yeah, so there's where these two kind of plates in the back meet. There is a little bit of a gap. And you look into this crack. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
All right. On the wall or on the ground?
This is all on the ground.
Okay, because I was imagining that this thing right here, this was actually...
No, this is all just on the ground.
Okay. What's over here then? This part.
This is just so there's like about a foot gap right there.
Okay.
So it's just this component in the back kind of runs across the top there, and sits on this stone back here. And this crack here around this stone is what I'm talking about.
All right. And actually, you know what? I'm going to point out the crack to Violet and say, hey, let's investigate this. I pat her on the back with guidance again.
we going in.
Because you have better investigation than I do.
Okay, 19
Plus 3.
plus 3. Okay. So you guys are easily able to look into this crack. You can see this whole thing looks very sealed, and so you're not actually able to look through the door. This thing looks like it was hiding inside the door. In fact, there's a little compartment in there that looks about the size of this creature. You can almost imagine that maybe it was put there on purpose to defend the door.
Maybe it was a hole that was made
Pocket
just
grill.
for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Can I hit my pickaxe at it? So after I open it?
So into the compartment?
Yeah, to get a better look at it.
I mean, you can poke it inside, sure, but there's nothing. You can't pry it apart. This is a compartment built into like the back of the door. If that makes sense.
I want to hit something with my pickaxe.
I mean, you can hit it. You basically surmise that this thing was put there to defend the door,
Okay.
and that it triggered as soon as Violet approached.
Can we get a sense if the door was open, but now it's closed?
I mean, it's pretty hard to tell. Like I said, this thing looks sealed, so no, not really. You don't see any markings like it opens regularly or anything like that. But whether it's been open ever before, it's kind of impossible to tell.
Did she hit it with her pickaxe?
Do those big arm things, do they move?
As far as you can tell, no. If they do, it doesn't move by any mechanism you're aware of.
Did she hit the door with that pickaxe?
I want to try something crazy.
Okay.
Can I try using shape water on this?
On the door?
Yeah, because you said it was a similar magic, as was the water itself and the water I make.
Very clever. Yeah, go ahead. Try.
There's nothing to roll. It's just trying to use shape water.
Oh, right. That's because it's just a cantrip. Okay, so you try. You can hear it creaking a little bit as you do it, but it's just the water that is still kind of clinging to it.
Oh. Got me excited.
Sorry.
I'm going to summon my Eldritch Cannon of Force Ballista.
Oh, hang on. Before we do any destroy stuff, let's see if we can figure out anything else before we try to destroy anything.
Oh, I'm summoning it because I don't know what's going to come out of that door. I'm going to summon the big one with feet.
Because he likes feet.
Summon what with feet? Oh, the turret.
Yeah, so I can walk.
Okay. All right, so you summon that, and it appears next to you. It has feet. You want to describe it? It looks like a little gun or a cannon?
Looks like a big cannon with feet that walks around.
Okay.
Does it have legs, or is it just...
It's got googly eyes on the top of it.
Googly eyes. Okay.
When it fires, they just go crazy.
All right, so this...
Does it have legs, or is it just feet attached to the cannon?
No, can it be like
Legs and
human
feet.
legs with tennis shoes on?
Oh, no. No, it is a clockwork looking gadget. kind of ticks and creaks as it moves, like as it's moving its legs.
Darn, all of my dreams slashed.
Yeah, it's not a pair of hairy legs. Sorry, in loafers.
Is Violet still glowing from the light spell?
No, I cast it on Allura.
Oh, right.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Laura and say, "Hey, let's go investigate over there. See if there's anything related to this over there."
There is also dim blue light emanating from these sconce-looking things here, and then these runes as well.
Okay.
And there's a
And I
rune
tell
over
him,
here
"Hold
too.
on a
That's just
moment.
behind a branch.
I wanted to have a conversation with our new companion here, and I motioned to Sakare.
Okay.
Sakare?
So
Yep.
Okay, so I turn to Sakare and I say, "You've joined you did really well in that fight for us. What are your motives here? Why are you so defensive against the Windhelm name?"
Okay. I suppose I do owe you an explanation, since we have traveled a bit together by now. I've spent most of my life helping out a various number of the sages and scholars in the Elven Kingdom nearby. Of course, as you probably know, most Os Aarakocra do not come from this plane. Most of them are from the elemental planes.
You are the first Aarakocra I've ever met. I'll say that.
Fair enough. We are not common around here. But it is our uncommonness that has made us useful to Withhelm in the past. You see, my parents and they used to help with scouting and patrolling in Withhelm. When I was 2, unfortunately, there was an incident, we shall say, where Withhelm guards mistook my parents for some type of intruder or some type of drake coming down from the mountain. And they were killed by Withhelm, even though we had been working for Withhelm at the time. Withhelm was less than apologetic about the mishap. So if I seem like I don't exactly trust you or your associates, I have my reasons.
Alora, when she hears about his parents being shot, kind of puts a hand to her mouth like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And she gives a quick bow to Sakara and say, thank you for sharing with me. And then walks over to her grandfather.
Okay, and did he hear? Did he hear any of this? Or were you guys talking hushed?
We weren't quiet. We weren't whispering. It was like a normal conversation level. So if he's close enough, then I'd imagine he would have.
Okay. All right, so Willie already has your guys' attention then as he's listening.
So I don't know what to say to him. I just sort of grab his hand, sort of like a lost child kind of feeling, and I just look at him.
He just seems to be lost in thought. He's looking at you, and then he keeps looking back at the runes. It's almost like he's barely paying attention to what you're saying and more thinking about the door.
Well, that door has just such a big pair of knockers.
Wah, wah.
I'm gonna go ahead and check this out over here.
Okay.
See what this is.
All right, so you walk over there, and there looks to be a very ancient overhead. You can see under it. It's like a beam, like a support beam, holding the walls of this cavern back. And you get the impression from that this place was constructed or carved out at some point, because clearly they've dug supports in here.
Can I am I able to see into here?
Yes, yeah, you can walk through it. You can walk underneath it and then see in there.
What do I see in here?
Are you not able to? Oh, there we go. Now I see I didn't have your token selected. That's why I couldn't see the.
I just want to make sure it's not too dark.
So again, in here you see more giant roots kind of protruding through the walls. You do see some of that the wood from the beams in here embedded in the mud, and you see more beams here. And as you get closer, you can kind of see underneath this beam, and this root has grown to kind of crush the left side of this beam. So you can walk over the beam this way or under it this way.
I'll walk over it to the left.
Okay. All right, as you walk into this side of the room, you see that there's a kind of a crack in the floor where the roots have dug further down into the cavern floor. And as you get closer to this big root over here, you're able to see through that or around it to the other side. And there's more roots on that side. This looks like the direction that the water came from.
I'm going to head over there.
As you can see, everything is kind of strewn about as the force of the water pushed everything to the sides as it went through here. Okay, as you walk over here, you encounter a stairwell that leads downward.
Oh. Alright. I see there's a little crevice over here. Can I check if there's anything here?
Yeah, you can go over and investigate it, and it's just more the roots digging through the walls and the floor.
Okay. Alright. Before I head back to the group, I'm gonna just investigate over the route over here.
Okay, so you come over here, and you're able to see through the route over there to more roots.
Alright. Am I able to get through this route?
Yep, you can crawl underneath that one just barely, or you can climb over it.
I'll climb over.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw. Actually, sorry, not a saving throw. Acrobatics check.
Can I give myself guidance?
Can you do that?
Well, yeah, I'm a targetable person.
Can
Oh,
you
okay.
touch yourself?
So you can just literally use that for every roll, huh?
I guess so.
Okay.
I mean, I can read it here. You touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. You can the target can roll a d4 and add the number to one ability check of its choice.
Are you willing to touch yourself?
Are you willing to touch yourself?
It can roll,
Okay,
it can roll the die before or after making the ability check.
All right. You convinced me. I just have never seen it before, so it was new. Okay.
It's like the paladin thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Said acrobatics.
Yeah.
All right. It's acrobatics.
Paladins are well known for touching themselves.
Very horny.
Lay on hands and
So
children.
All right. So you go. You go right over the top of that root without any trouble, and you're just able to see more root on this side. And for some reason, I can't open the line of sight on this thing, so I'm just going to put you through so you can see. It's like the button is outside the zone, and then as soon as I leave the zone to click the button, it disappears because it's a hover button. Anyway, you just see where you came in at, but you had to climb. You would have all had to climb to get up to where you are now.
All right. I'm gonna head back this way to the group and let them know I found a stairwell.
Okay. All right, so you head back up here as I put you through the wall. Okay. All right, so Marina comes back to the group here, and right as you come back, you see Grandpa Willie goes, "Wow, what is this ancient magic?" And he kicks it. He kicks the thing in here, tink! As he kicks it, and then he kind of hurts his toe and pulls it back.
I'm actually going to gently touch the door.
Okay. So just like bend down and touch it with your hand?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm hoping to see if I can find like something that turns it on. Or
It feels cold and damp to the touch.
These bones that are on the map, are they accurate to what we would actually be seeing?
Would they not?
Oh, I didn't even see there was already bones. That's funny. Yeah, sure. Those seem to fit kind of what I was imagining.
Would a knowledge arcana check potentially reveal something?
We already
we
tried
already
it.
did that.
Yeah, they did that already. They weren't able to determine anything more than it's just a magic they've never seen before.
No, it was the same magic as the.
Well, or excuse me, the one you recognize that matches the water, but you've never seen it before outside of that.
Oh.
Like the water is the only source of this weird magic that the solar plants has ever known.
And there's symbols on it, you say?
Yeah, there are symbols on the sides here.
Can I do a history check, see if I ever came across these symbols before?
You can.
History.
Also, I'm gonna tell the others. Hey, so I found a stairwell that way. It's where the water seems to come from.
Huh.
You try to think back on if you've ever seen any ruins similar to this, and you can't find anything in your memory that seems to come close. Sam?
Then let's head towards the stair.
Okay. Grandpa
All of them,
Willie
I
says,
wanna-
"A stairwell, you say? And he, show me the way." And he follows you.
Nature check on these bones before I follow.
Okay, sure.
Check the bones.
Check
Me and
the
my dad's gonna
bones.
follow.
Check the bones.
Okay,
The
yeah,
bones.
you guys can go ahead and move your tokens down to the stairwell if you're going down there.
My shit is super laggy. Hold on. There you
Yeah,
go.
my map's lagged too.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Alright, it's 16.
Okay. So just as before, these bones seem to be embedded in the mud. They're embedded pretty good. They've clearly been wedged there for a long time. They seem to be part of a larger skeleton, or maybe even part of multiple skeletons, but none of the bones are organized or are all together because they've been strewn about. Most of them probably washed away or have eroded away at this point, but these ones are left behind stuck in the wall. Very smooth, all polished by the rushing water over what seems like thousands of years.
After that, I rush up to catch up with Grandpa and hold him by the arm and just stay with him.
Okay. He makes his way following Violet to the stairwell here. All right. Okay, so we are coming up on 10 o'clock. You guys have an interesting room to go through next. We can keep playing if you guys are wanting to, but if you gotta go, then you gotta go, and we'll end it.
Let's take a vote. Everybody that can stay, how about we do 1 in chat, and everybody that has to go, just 2 in chat.
And if it
Well,
doesn't
that one
matter,
has-
just go in chat.
If anyone has to go, then
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I see one,
Right, but that way we know if somebody has to go.
if I see a 2, I will I'll call it.
Funny, Code. Funny.
Wow, everyone wants to stay. Sweet.
Hooray!
let's go.
We didn't miss anyone, right? Okay.
Coleman did a
Just mind
3.
another quick break so I can go and get more alcohol.
Okay, that's fine.
Fantastic.
How
Yeah,
long
we
is this
could.
break gonna be?
Let's take a quick break, and
Uh-uh.
I'll move you guys to the new map.
Actually, Sam Rainbow did not vote.
Oh,
Yeah, didn't I? I hit 1 and I hit enter.
nope, don't see it. So Rainbow has to go. Bye, Rainbow.
Bye.
Rainbow, bye.
I love you.
Is this the progress you were hoping for last session?
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't know how to get you away from the door. I was like, oh crap, you're gonna be super disappointed now.
Oh my god.
I could have come up with something on the fly, but it would have been a lie.
Like a cake?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm just imagining that there was just a cake on a pedestal in there. Perfectly fine cake. But it was an illusion, and if I tried to eat it, it just disappeared.
Alright, let's see. That work? Sweet.
I'm sad because I have a morning class, and the morning class is doing online stuff, as all my classes are online now.
Right?
And for my morning class tomorrow morning, I actually have to get up and attend a video conference at the usual morning time class.
Uh-oh.
So even during a pandemic, I still can't avoid waking up early in the morning for my class.
That sucks, man.
10 o'clock is not early though.
Well, yeah, but I have to wake up earlier than that to not be. I have to be awake enough to write down linear algebra for shit.
To be fair, for some people, early is different.
I was just gonna say, Codeman gatekeeping what's early.
I just only guessed 10 o'clock.
Some people with ADHD have a sleep phase disorder, basically, where their brain just isn't wired to be awake during certain times, and they're wired to go to bed later, so they'll get up later. So getting up at noon, there's really no shame in it. It's just that's how your brain is. That's how you're wired. And it's oh, okay, we should really normalize it a little bit more. Humans are all wired completely differently and randomly.
I'll tell you this, I don't have too much issue getting up at 10, provided I didn't have any particular trouble the night before. My issue is getting up earlier than that, because I have to, back when I had to actually get to class physically, I'd have to take a shower before then, I'd have to take my medicine before then, get out the door, walk there.
I'm a late nights
Smoke a
kind of
bit.
afternoon waker.
I used to think 8 a.m. was early until I had to show up at work 4:15 in the morning. I had to be at the airport, so yeah.
That is rough.
Yeah.
It's like Zuko, that's rough, buddy.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. You guys did learn your lesson, though. You didn't waste your time on that last door.
I mean, we tried a few things. I'm glad I brought my pickaxe with me. It seems like it'll come in handy.
No, I just saw Legato Soul in the Twitch chat or the Mixer chat. He said cake mimic after you said there could have been a cake. I like that.
Do you know this person?
No, just someone watching the stream.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hello, Legato.
Yeah, welcome. It's funny, they're in the chat, but it's not showing. It says that we have 0 viewers. Oh, you know what? It's only reporting Twitch viewers. It doesn't report viewers from other things. Interesting. I thought that reported more than that.
But yeah, I those 4:15 showtimes, I try not to do those. Those are too early.
Oh, it does report multiple. Oh, that's weird. It says 0 out there, but it does show that Mixer has 1 when I expand it. Weird. Whatever. Oh, now it's showing 1 now that I've touched it.
Don't touch that.
This app seems a little strange.
Is everyone back?
I'm here.
Is it Mirama or Rainbow sent away?
I think Rainbow is Mirma here. I think they're both away.
That's the creepiest thrifted object that I've seen in a while.
Uh-oh.
Y'all want this in general? I'll put it in general.
What happened?
No, well, now I gotta see it.
It's a creepy object found at a thrift store.
Yep, that sure is faceless.
I follow a blog that just finds weird things at thrift stores, and some of them are like, oh, you found like a relic of a old forgotten fad, and other times it's just like, oh, what is this? Who has this? There is a lot of very inappropriate cups in the state of Florida. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
At first, I couldn't tell what it said on the kids' overalls. I thought it was like I heart world.
The intention, I think, is you're supposed to like make little photo cutouts and then put your faces in them.
Yeah,
but
it still
it's
strikes me as
really
creepy.
unnerving.
I think that would be more creepy, actually.
Yeah, arguably. It doesn't state where this one is from, though. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's like, oh, it's from this place.
I finally got to use the middle finger emoji. On that terrifying doll. Keep that away from me.
Fair enough.
I know it says fuck you, but it looks like he's just like putting your index finger to your eye.
Up your nose.
I like how guidance is literally just like a free plus D4 anytime I do an action and anytime someone near me does an action or an ability check.
Even on a nat 1?
Yes, but it would still be nat 1. I don't think it would help. I don't think it would change nat 1s or nat 20s. I don't think. Right, Chev?
I'm not sure. Hold on.
I think that'd be up to you as a DM in that case.
Sorry, I'm not listening because I was trying to figure out how to turn on text to speech for our friend.
Oh.
Because as long as we have like just 1 or 2 people in the chat, I thought it'd be fun to actually have you guys be able to hear.
I love.
Oh,
when I
wait.
get to watch people
That's not gonna work
react
over
to
here.
weird things I find.
I don't know if
I need
I
to
don't know
do
if that's
it
a
over
great
here.
idea actually, Chev.
I'll turn it off. It
Might-
becomes a nuisance. It's not like it's permanent. There
Is
we
it like
go.
the racist museum in Florida?
Oh, I can pick Karen as the voice.
I can't remember what state it was. I remember this guy like opened up a museum and he puts like everything racist in there.
I don't know where the racist museum is.
All right, we'll try Karen.
I know that in Iceland, I think
Together
there's a
all.
penis
You'll
museum.
try not to talk much.
There we go. He said, "I'll try not to talk much."
Like, I like the idea in concepts, but it's just might be talking over important stuff.
Let's try a U.S. accent,
I'm
Alex.
just out here with all my weird, creepy memes. This is my favorite thing, is finding weird things on the internet that's just like, why was this made? Who did this? What do you gain? And I see a lot of weird things because of it. It's fun.
You know, my grandma used to own was these tables that had like children's pants, and it looks like the bottom half of a child. It was like a table.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
My
terrifying,
grandpa had
too.
one that was like a golfing man. It was very funny. With like I grew up in the state of Florida, you know, where bath salts came to exist. And for some reason, we thought a lot of really weird laws were okay. Florida still isn't on lockdown either. That's the worst part.
Oh yikes!
Disney World is still operating very recently.
Going on for does this work? Use vote less than
What the
no,
hell?
less
Streamlabs?
greater than to vote.
Go away, Streamlabs. Block user. There we go.
Streamlabs is when you let your dog run the stream for a little bit while you're on a break.
I agree, though. I think Florida should be quarantined at all times.
So I think the funniest thing about looking at a world map in Steven Universe was they showed the world map like a year or two ago on like Twitter, and I was like looking, and it's like most of Russia's missing. Wait, where's Florida? There's just an island there. And we found out recently, Florida Island. There's nothing else there. It's all gone.
Good.
And I'm like, you know what?
I'm just kidding.
Here.
I want to make it clear, I'm just kidding.
What in the ever living fuck?
What?
Hello, Boris.
Hello.
Were you down here for weird, creepy thing?
No, I was not.
I don't like Florida. I grew up there. I spent 25 years of my life in Florida. I can tell you, Florida's a thing, and it's not good.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't just destroy Florida because Florida Man will stop you.
Oh yeah, no, I know Florida Man exists. He's been doing some good recently, though. I'm really proud of him.
But what if he gave Florida Man like a nuclear weapon, and then he could do it himself?
That's the plot of a D&D campaign.
Florida Kid and Florida Man are doing pretty well. Florida Woman, that's a questionable one, because there was that one lady who like stabbed a dude with a squirrel, and then there was the other lady who stabbed a dude, like her husband, over corn chips.
How do you stab someone with a squirrel?
Don't worry about it.
You have to put it in the freezer
It's a Florida thing.
You have to put it in the freezer for a little bit, and then sharpen it, and then stab someone.
The two things about that there were two like really
Can I be
viral
the new?
news bits from Florida that went crazy a while back, and one of them was the state of what was a lady had like been at a Hooters really late at night, and there was like an old dude who was like asleep in his wheelchair outside the Hooters for some reason, and she like jumped on him, and he woke up and asked her what she was doing, and then she said, "I'm a vampire," and started biting him.
What?
And it like went viral. It was all over the place, and I was like,
Bath salts are bad, okay?
The best part about this was I know where that Hooters is, because that Hooters had to move across the street from the Stigma and move to a different building. I used to pass that Hooters daily.
I know what Mirima's reaction to that would have been.
There's like there's another story, and I wish this one had gone viral because it was hilarious. Again, the same city I grew up in. Dude is 18 years old, gets caught for grand theft auto. Like, he stole a car.
He got
He
arrested.
gets served.
He got arrested for playing Grand Theft Auto.
Shush. He gets served papers and everything. He has to go to court. He gets out of the police station, steals a car, leaves it somewhere, along with the paper saying he has to go to court in the car.
Wow.
Kid's not a genius. For context, I grew up in St. Pete, so I guess that's just a lot.
What about the people who don't live in Florida who like record them doing crimes and then post it on social media and then get caught?
God.
Is it just Mirama we're waiting for?
I thought we were talking to Mirama this whole time.
You've been talking to Bryn.
Just kidding.
Oh my hell.
I'm kidding. I'm in Discord chat.
There are things I love about Florida. Like, I love the Salvador Dali Museum. It's one of my favorite things about St. Pete. I love the food culture of Florida. There is a massive Asian population in Florida, and I love every second of, like, what that culture looks like. I love the fact that it can be so wonderful and bright and silly. I love, like, the weirdness of Disney World. I love, like, everything that comes with it. I just don't like, I guess I just don't like the people. I don't like the rest of the people. It's like,
Have you ever been
Florida
to
is so
Miami?
full of crap. Yes, I went to
God,
Miami.
that place.
I feel so bad for Miami because most of Miami is like working class and is very strong amounts of like working class POC. And the big issue of Miami is that like the people in charge of Miami
Born
just
and
don't
raised
listen
here.
to them.
Never moved from this county.
So
I am so sorry for you, huh?
I visited a friend that moved to Florida, and she's like very Italian, but everyone sees her and they think that she's like you know, very Spanish, but pretending to be white.
But
so they fucking hated her.
But I thought Miami was the place where the heat is on. All night on the beach till the break of dawn.
Break of dawn.
Like my baby was saying.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah, I was in fucking second grade when that song came out.
I grew up in Pinellas, and it like I said, I love the Salvador Dali Museum. I hate the modern art museum that's there. The modern art museum that's there is just nothing but Jackson Pollock paintings, and it makes me want to die. I hate Jackson Pollock. I have very strong opinions about that man and his bad paintings. If you go look up his paintings, you'll see why.
Jack and Pollock?
Jackson Pollock.
We ready?
It seems like it might be. Finally. Yeah. Alright.
Okay. Alright, get that out of the way.
Oh, so he just pretty much sprays paint on the canvas randomly.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we waiting on anyone else, or are we good? Okay.
Wait, I'm not here. I'm just an apparition.
Waiting on Boris.
Rude.
Boris is here, aren't you?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you guys made your way to what looked like an old
2 hours from Pinellas.
old stairwell, and the stairwell wound down quite a
Time
ways.
to shut up.
There's just a little delay, that's why.
Do you have a text to voice thing?
Yeah, because there's one person in our chat, so I thought it'd be fun for him to be able to contribute because it's real time. Well, it's as real time as we can do it. If it becomes a problem, I'll mute it. But anyway, so yeah, so there's just a little bit of a delay, and so you guys made your way to the stairwell, but it's very eroded. It was very, very slippery on the way down. You guys were able to, to keep your grip on. There's like an old handrail, and so you didn't fall or anything. But the water clearly flowed up through here. But you can tell that this place originally didn't have water flowing through it because clearly people were walking downstairs or something. Maybe it was for construction. It's hard to tell. But you guys finally get to the bottom of this winding stairwell, and you hit this cavern where the water came out of. Everything again is still smooth, still damp. The smell is very kind of just crisp, just after the whole thing was covered in that magic water for what, like I said, millennia before. So you guys get down to the bottom here, and you come to a fork in the path. You can choose to go this way or that way.
Should we split up?
I'll go this way and you go that way.
We should not split up. I can feel this. This is not a good idea.
Okay. Which way are we headed?
Walk down here and take a peek what's down this one path. Just to see what's down here.
Going down this way?
So I'm just taking a quick look down. Hold on, I'm trying to do this right. Down this way.
Hold both mouse buttons.
Oh, yeah. Well, wherever the arrow is pointing right now, that's where I'm just taking a look. I'm not going down there, just looking.
Gotcha. Okay, so you can move your token. By the way, you won't be able to put yourself through the walls, so you can move wherever you would like to. Just don't go crazy.
I just want to go right about there.
Okay. All right. So you look down. It's just more corridor. It seems to turn off to the right there at some point.
Okay. Grandpa, and hold his arm.
Can we investigate which direction the water seems to come from?
So at this point, the water seems to have come from everywhere. It all funneled to this point that you're at. You're coming out of the bottleneck, basically.
I propose we all go left.
There's no left. There's a right and there's a down.
It's left from your perspective when you're coming down this way, Rainbow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, am I still taking a lead in case there's some water stuff I gotta take care of?
Totally up to you.
think
The tokens are out of whatever order I just dragged them over here in, so feel free to put yourselves where you think you are in that stack.
Alright. I'll still be leading in case I have to, like, stop water. Like, it's like water's flowing again.
Okay. Go ahead and move all your tokens. I'll let you guys drag them around.
I'm going to stay with wherever Grandpa Willie's going.
Okay. Well, follow me, young Alora. I will keep you safe.
I'm keeping ahead of him.
Okay. All right. So you guys come around the corner here, and you see it opens up into a larger room. It looks like.
Grandpa,
Larger
my
hallway.
shit's lagging.
I can drag you if you need.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay, and
you.
then Dragthar. Is Codeman even here? Are you just drunk, dude? Like, are you just, like, hanging out in Discord by yourself while we play?
Yeah, I'm up here. Yeah.
I didn't cancel this game because you said you were going to be disappointed if I did.
With yourself.
I'm just like watching other stuff, but I'm listening.
I can tell. All right.
Coleman's playing Doom and kind of listening to what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Codeman, if you just want to sign out, I can just control your guy if it's too much trouble.
No, I'll pay attention. Sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, so I step into the open
Well, you see,
area.
he's actually flying a plane while he does this.
I'm stepping out into this open area. What do I see?
Okay. You see, step out, and there's a wall across from you, and you see that it branches again. You can go left or right. And the hallway, it opens up. It's a larger room now. I think it's about 15 feet wide corridors, 10 to 15 feet.
Alright. I'm gonna go this way. I assume everyone's following.
Yeah, Grandpa Willie is following you, which means Alora is following him. And
I'm following
then
person
Sam
as
and Dragthar, you guys can move your tokens to follow. Or if you would like to, or if you'd like to branch off. Okay, so as you around the corner, you see that there's some puddles of water. There's a few inches of water here and there, and it's that same water. It has the same magical properties you guys are used to.
Gonna continue down this way.
Okay. All right, Grandpa Willie's gonna actually branch off this way, and then Alora's gonna follow and meet up with you. This is quite the maze under here. Who knew all this was under the mountain?
I know. Are you guys?
Does it look like all of this is natural, or does it seem like all of it was intentionally developed?
So it kind of looks like both, because it looks like it was a natural formation, but then you keep getting evidence that someone has dug it out, and so these original tunnels were dug out, and then maybe the water broke out into some natural tunnels that it's created over the many years.
I'm gonna walk away from Grandpa Willie for a second and go over to one of these puddles. How far down does it look?
It's just a few inches, so you could probably get your feet wet.
Does it look like there's anything any cracks or anything where the water is coming up from, or does it look like that's a puddle itself?
Yeah, no, this all looks like it's just puddles left behind after the water dried up. Again, all the debris and detritus in the area, it looks like it's been pushed off to the sides. And so you can kind of get a sense of where the water was flowing from. The water likes to flow out this way and pushes stuff out of the way. So in here, the water stagnates where it can go multiple directions, so it's hard to tell. But now that you've reached the point you're at here, you can see that the water clearly pushed its way out this corridor.
Okay.
I'm gonna point out. I think I see another stairway this way.
Okay.
Is that right?
It's what it looks like from your perspective, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna head closer, take a look.
I'm gonna follow just to be sure.
Okay. All right, so let's see there. Okay, so if you actually walk onto the stairs, it will give you a line of sight into both above and below the stairs. It's like terrain vision. So if you walk into the stairs, you'll see both sides of the stairs, basically.
Alright, I'm gonna step onto the stairs.
There you go. And then if you step off the stairs, it will block you from seeing where Violet is. See how that works?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just, again, a puddle of water at the bottom here. As you step down there, though, you suddenly hear, like, bubbles coming out from around this corner.
Oh. I'm gonna stealthily, I'm gonna stick to the wall and stealthily, sidle along the wall.
I'm
Okay.
kind of with you, so hang on. Do we want to do a stealth check then?
Let's see. Hold on. I put these in here and didn't adjust their stats properly. Let's see. Okay. As you walk down the stairs, guess I just revealed a water elemental appears as you guys step into the water. It's just,
we were trying to be still.
It doesn't matter. You guys were. It already saw you. That's why I was not restraining myself from saying what I was doing.
Oh.
Anyway,
Is it looking to attack immediately?
It stands up super tall and it towers over you. Who disturbs me?
Hello.
Try to seduce it.
Hello, Mrs. Water Elemental. Hi. So
Mix.
the water source for all of the solar planes. We're trying to check out why the water doesn't come through anymore. Are you sure we're not trying to hurt you?
You're not responsible for taking my water.
No, we're trying to figure out what happened.
I am now trapped in this corner of the room. I have been enjoying this sanctuary for millennium.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir? Ma'am?
I care not what you call me.
Right.
Use the gender-neutral they.
If you did not take my water, who did?
We're trying to figure out what happened ourselves. We
It
suspect
was I, Dragtha.
How am I supposed to believe you?
Well, I mean, I control water, so I have a vested interest in
You
this.
can't control me. I am water.
I use shape water on the water right below me and try to demonstrate, look, I have a vested interest in protecting this.
So right below you.
Yes.
And so as soon as you do, stop that tickles.
Alright, I stopped that, and I apologize.
And then I walk over and zip my pants and I pee and go, look, I can. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're very clearly drunk.
Yeah. Someone's drinking,
All right,
obviously.
Rainbow, thanks.
Codeman taking on the Rainbow's role tonight.
Someone's got to do it.
Okay. Do you really walk over there or not?
No, I don't.
Okay. Alright. So I stopped demonstrating the shape water. I was just trying to show I have a vested interest in this too because I'm connected to this water as well.
And as soon as you stop, he gets even taller, and the water kind of sucks in from the sides, giving you the impression this entire puddle is him. And he stands up real tall and kind of hits the roof of the cavern, and he just says, "If you want to leave here, restore my water."
We'll try all we
great
can.
elemental.
Let's see. Roll a persuasion check.
Me?
Yeah. Not sure if that's the right roll, but it's fine. Yeah, okay, so he looks down at the two of you and he realizes you guys are both quite young-looking creatures, and he just says, "Please, I need your help. You have to find out who took the water. I will not sustain indefinite."
We'll try all we can.
And then he kind of just says, "Thank you," and then he moves around the corner and kind of goes up the stairwell here on the other side. Well, you probably can't see it, but there's another little stairwell on the other side. And he just kind of slowly moves around the cavern, like he's been just kind of roaming this dry cavern now, hoping to find more water.
All right, I turn to Violet and say, "Well, you heard the elemental. Let's try to get to the bottom of this."
Okay, so you guys head back to the group over here.
Yeah.
Okay, Grandpa, as you come over here,
You
you
need a friend.
Are you talking to Alora?
Escalate.
Were you talking to Alora, Violet?
No, I was just joking.
Oh, okay. All right, so Grandpa Willie says, "Well, let's get a move on. Let's find out where this leads."
All right. Allow me to take the lead in case there's any water stuff.
Yes,
I'll
yes,
follow
yes.
the rear.
Move ahead, move ahead.
Looks like another fork in the road.
Ah, this is endless. We're never going to find the source.
Let's check out what's to the right here. I kind of see something interesting already.
If I could have some help moving my token, my shit's lagging real hard.
Yeah, I've been moving you.
My shit's lagging real hard too.
Okay.
Alright, so what do we see here?
So this is, you actually see underneath it, so it's more cavern. Just the roof changes to be made of like cobblestone.
Oh, so this is not a wall.
No, it's the ceiling changing.
Oh,
Okay.
We can't move through it.
Yeah, right. I know. Hold on. I'm going to, let's see. Grab token select mode. And then how can you got to peek. You got to peek into the other room there, but basically you're walking underneath some sort of structure. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You're in caverns underneath a structure.
Okay.
Okay, so you get over here, and then this looks interesting because the water appears like this is the way it came from, but it came from cracks in these rocks. These are huge boulders and tons of rocks. Like, it's definitely not going to be easily moved at all.
Actually,
And
I might be able to handle that.
oh yeah,
Should I be afraid?
Don't worry. I'm not going to use fire.
It's not fire I'm worried about. It's explosives.
No. Ring of telekinesis.
Oh.
what is the weight you can move with telekinesis?
Let me nab it real quick. Like telekinesis spell weighs up to 1,000 pounds.
Nice.
Oh, okay. All right. So, probably about one of these boulders is somewhere in the range of 500 to 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So you can move one or two of them at a time.
All right, hang on. Before you do that, first of all, are you communicating this to us?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone. All right, everyone, stand back in the corridor. If water starts gushing out of here, I need to stop it.
Oh, good call. Good thinking, Marina.
Well, we'll move
And
them
he
one at a
stands back.
time and just see what happens.
All right,
Okay.
Does everyone back up into the corridor?
Yeah. Okay, so you move a couple boulders, and you just see more behind it.
Must have been a massive cave-in.
I'm gonna save you some time. because it's you can say however long you wanted to try it, but however long you try, you're just going to keep running into more and more boulders. It's not nobody's walked this area clearly. The water just comes through this area. And it comes through kind of like a cheese grater, if that makes sense. Really long cheese grater. So you guys can't fit through. You'd be digging for days.
Fair enough. I think it might just be better for us to go the other way. Like we'll go for 5 minutes, because I can just move them very quickly.
My gun's gonna help her shoot it.
No, that was the point, was to not use guns, because this is a cave and you could cause a cave-in.
Okay. Let's see. Dragthar, you're here. Okay. So I moved you guys back out underneath that bridge. You guys are free to explore this direction.
All right. I'm gonna check out this alcove here really quick.
Okay.
Seems short.
All right. So you look in the alcove, and it doesn't. It looks a little bit different. There's a lot of moss and stuff growing inside here. You basically, as you realize how the water flows through here, you probably can tell that this is a pocket of like more stagnated water. You know, like if you look at a river, there'll be these little pools out to the side that aren't getting moved around a ton. And so this place was more slower moving and grew a lot of moss and stuff in here. Looks interesting.
Right. Is there anything of interest here?
No, there's nothing in there that looks very interesting.
Okay. I'll turn back and lead the group the other way.
Okay. All right. So again, you hit another area where you look like you're walking underneath some type of structure. So I'm going to jump you over just like that. Each of you.
I feel like this is one disadvantage of the line of sight system currently used.
I mean,
Do I need to
it's.
roll an acrobatics check.
I mean, I could just enable the mask real quick, and I'm just being lazy. It's fine. It's not a big deal. You're not seeing anything that really matters.
My only issue is the lag, but as long as I can kind of catch up, I can follow along.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're lagging. I'll try and see if we can use FGC next week if it's too big of a problem.
It's not a huge deal. I just have to make sure I adjust things.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna keep leading the group down.
Okay. You get down here, and again, you encounter another junction.
Well, I can see.
Easy it is. Can you refocus it every time you move my token? Because that would probably save me some issue.
Like this? Did that do it?
Yeah, it worked for me. I don't know if it worked for me.
It didn't work for me yet. Although I'm far off from it, so I can still see what's going on. Oh, there it goes.
Then we'll head to the left.
Well, to the left, it looks like
Not right, but our left.
Yeah, you can tell the water came from this way.
Yeah, we can see it's a dead end already.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, and again, the room is filled with more moss and stuff. Clearly, the water kind of goes in there in a different flow. Okay, Violet, roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're scaring me.
Okay, Violet, as you pass the wall over here, you notice the wall looks a slightly different color, just very faintly, a different tone. Grandpa Willie brings up the rear and...
Can I get a little bit of help, Marina?
Yes, certainly. I'll assist with the check and also use guidance.
Okay. Wow.
Use your guidance missiles.
All right.
Height.
So what do you roll for again? Just an investigation check?
Yes.
Okay. You investigate the rocks over here, and you see that they're a different tone and color from the rest of the wall, and you get the impression that maybe they are a facade of some kind.
And then we gotta start looking for... it's either it's a breakable wall, or there is something that we need to activate to cause this.
I hit it with my pickaxe.
Okay, as soon as you hit it with your pickaxe, actually, you know what? Roll me a strength check.
All right, probably not gonna go well because it's not exactly the beefiest character. Just a straight strength.
Yeah, just a straight strength.
I'm gonna use guidance on myself to do this then.
Okay.
He's gonna touch
I don't know
himself.
if I can assist at all. I don't think I can on this.
I mean, you can hit the wall with something if you want. Yeah. All right. So
I
you,
wanted to assist.
you missed the wall entirely and slip and fall prone and hit your face on the floor, Marina. As you you get a little too enthusiastic, too excited to use your pickaxe. You pull it out too fast, you lose your balance, and poof.
I paddle a little bit.
Violet, are you doing something to the wall?
I'm going to start tapping it, see if it's hollow. What, like, maybe there's something on the wall. Like, I just want to check the wall overall.
I'm gonna shoot the wall with my crossbow.
roll your attack roll, Rainbow. Basically, I just want to see if you roll a 1.
You want me to roll the official attack roll? Let's see. Was it under actions?
Yep, just roll your attack roll.
Watch us not be able to hit this fucking wall. Okay.
Alright, so you hit the wall. You don't need to roll any damage. As soon as it hits the wall and makes impact, it just goes clink, and then all of a sudden the rocks vanish, and you guys can see through into a chamber on the other side. Violet, you see a glimmer of some gold across the room.
And I'm moving in.
Alright. As you move in and you see this chest full of gold and you start to cross the room, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to put you back right here. As you do, all of a sudden, from this side of the room and this side of the room, you see spiders crawl out of these holes in the ceiling.
Shit.
Nice.
Yes. Spider holes.
Let's see. There we go. And they all come down around you guys. Everybody roll initiative.
Oof.
For a spider hole.
Oh, I have the best spells for this fight.
Yeah, as long as you
Jeez,
don't get
please
us in
don't.
the crossfire.
Spiders are my
Shitty roll.
specialty.
Oh, why do I roll so shitty for initiative?
I got a 12.
You didn't do as bad as me.
Yeah, that's true. You sucked.
Okay, is that everybody? Okay, just Willie now. Let's see.
I think it's nat 20.
Okay. All right, and the first to act are the spiders.
Oh no.
So they come down on the wall here, and this first spider targets you, Violet. You're the first one to walk in, so eager to get the gold. And he
More
makes...
eager to help the rest of the group.
All right, and he goes to bite you, but... Wait, is that a hit or a miss? That would be a miss, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It just didn't say. I don't know why it didn't say.
Weird.
Did he not target you? Let's see. No, he has you targeted. Oh, I chose the wrong spider. Lol, lol, lol.
Wait, the first to go should be Secker, right? Or wait.
Well, no, first thing to act. The spiders acted before Sicker.
Oh, okay.
Either way, it would have been a miss anyway because I have a 13 AC.
Okay, then let me find number 1. Okay, here he is. It's this guy right here that I'm moving around. He comes up to you and tries to bite you, and misses. Okay, and then we'll go on to this one. This needs to highlight the one. Oh, it does highlight it. There we go.
How
Now I can
large
see.
are these spiders?
They're probably about the size of, like, your foot.
Oh, so they're not gigantic.
No, not super gigantic. They come up to your shins, probably, on their legs, but their main body is probably about the size of, like, a big foot. And this next spider comes up to try to bite you, Violet. They're all targeting you since you jumped in there first. All right, this one gets a good bite out of your ankle. And he does 1 piercing damage to you. Let's see. You need to roll a save. And you succeed on the save. So, let's see. Is that a... Hold on. Let me look at this action real fast. Save. Nope, there's no half damage. Okay, you save. You are not poisoned.
Yay.
Next spider. Okay, this spider 3 comes down on the wall and actually sees you guys in the back here and targets Willie. And so...
No, not Grandpa.
He goes to attack Grandpa Willie. And he gets hit for 1 piercing damage. And his save is a success. He's like, ow! Stupid little creature! And he gives gets ready to give him a big kick. Let's see, the next spider, number 4, also coming at you, Violet, for the attack. Oh, these target things are awesome. I was able to select all the spiders and target you.
Violet is surprisingly resilient, though.
All right, so you take 1 more damage, and you have to roll another save. And you succeed again. So they're nibbling at your feet.
Just like, hi.
Nom 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 nom.
All right, Spider 5 coming at you. Let's see, attack. All right, this one misses entirely. He goes to bite, and he slides across some moss, and as he goes skittering across the floor over to this side of you. And then, Sakare, you're up.
Okay.
Come in, come in. I found Dr. Spider's lair.
Alright. So, Sakare's going to take a look at Spider 3, go airborne about as much as he can, just kind of hovering in place. And he's going to fire off his crossbow.
He's gonna fire off.
Okay. Spider 3. Okay, that's a hit. Nice. And you describe how you kill it.
Just shoot it right through the middle of the body and splatter its guts.
Okay. All right, and that's it for your turn? Is that it for your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Marina, your turn.
Alrighty. Wow, so 5 damage took it out in 1 hit. Do we have any multiple target things that doesn't cost stuff? No. Alright, I'm going to head up to get a better view of the combat.
Okay.
Go head over there, and I'm going to shoot a scald shot at Spider 1.
Spider 1. There you are. Okay. Did you target it? Oh, there you go.
I did not.
All right, do it up.
Alright. Scald shot.
Sweet, that's a hit.
Alright. And damage.
This is basically a firebolt, right?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, describe how you kill it.
Alright. It just kind of... The water is so hot that it just, disintegrates within the water, just melts away. The shot hits it, and it gets carried with it, and the shot goes into the wall as it's disintegrating.
Oh, geez, gruesome. Is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Willie takes a step back and says, Elora, I think you can handle this one. Your first adventure. And then he passes his turn on to Sam. But he pushes you out in front of him, Elora.
I could fuck up some spiders when it's my turn, because I'm terrible rolls.
Okay, so Spider 5, that's the one closest to you. That's a hit. All right, describe how you kill it.
It shoots right through his head, and then the arrow sticks in him, and it's kind of like a kebab.
Nice. All right, he gets kebabbed to the side of the chest as he goes, and the arrow sticks in the side of the chest. You hear the coins rattle, ching ching, as the arrow hits it, and then he's dead.
All right, now how do I do my ballista?
That thing has been walking with you, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you just use your bonus action to do it. So now roll its attack roll.
Is it just a straight D20?
It had some stats in it. Roll the d20 while I look it up. Let's see my campaigns. Solstice. All right, what did you roll? 16. All right, we're just gonna say it hits because I can't find it very fast. Okay, and I'm pretty sure it hits even without a modifier. So.
It's a 2d8.
And what you targeting?
I'm targeting the 4.
Okay, describe how you kill Spider 4.
Oh, you don't want me to roll my 2d8s?
It's fine. You hit, and then you can't roll a 0, so they have 1 health.
Right. It just blows up and then splatters over Violet.
All right, so this little mechanized cannon that's been following Sam around just, and it blows the spider away, and the spider just, and little spider guts get all over the bottom of your robe, Violet. All right, and then water elemental's still in there. Elora, you're up.
I cast Firebolt. All right. It's not in my spells thing, so I'm just going to.
Wait, it's not?
After the long rest, I changed out my stuff. I don't know if he's.
Oh, gotcha. My bad. I should have checked your sheets today to see if you changed them.
Him.
Oh, I targeted him for you.
Okay.
What do you need to roll?
It's just a range. It's just a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
Or just a ranged attack, which I think is just a D20.
Okay, so that's
did
a
you roll it for me?
4 plus. Yeah, I rolled it. Are you able to roll it? I figured you were lagging.
No, it's fine. You rolled already.
Okay. Ranged spell, or just a ranged spell attack. So that's a plus. No. These are all saves. What's your ranged spell attack? Honestly, it doesn't matter. You missed.
Is that my? Yeah. Okay. Well, I tried to shoot the firebolt at it.
Okay. It goes past the spider, and the spider and just kind of jumps out of the way a little bit, jumps an inch, startles it.
You should have a Grandpa Willie roll to see how disappointed he is.
My range is a +3 because it's Dex, right?
I think so.
And it's okay. It's +3. Either way.
Yeah, that wouldn't have mattered.
But it doesn't matter.
I don't think so. Wait, maybe the spider's super low. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, it's higher than that.
Is Grandpa Willie gonna roll to see
I think
how
the minimum in our AC could be is 10. So.
Oh, true. You're probably right. What, Rainbow?
Oh, it could technically be lower if you have a negative for your dexterity.
I was just saying, does Grandpa Willie roll to see how disappointed he is?
Yeah, so as he watches you shoot, oh, no, good try, young Elora, you'll get it. And then...
a smile that's kind of like, eh.
Then Dragthar, it's your turn. Alright, Violet, it's your turn.
Oh no, I had my mic muted. Sorry.
Oh,
I was talking. Okay, so I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
On the spider.
Okay, so select your token so that you can see your line of sight to the spider. So make sure you walk within line of sight.
Okay.
And then control click the spider to target him. You'll see an arrow draw from your token to the spider.
Yeah. And then, where did my, what happened to it?
What's the matter? You can just double click your token in the top left if you need to get your sheet open.
There, yeah, that's what I had to do. I closed it. So then I'm gonna do actions. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, that hits. You can go ahead and roll the damage if you want to show it killed in the chat, but go ahead and describe how you kill it.
Alright, so I cast this Eldritch Blast at it, and the spider kind of leaps up in the air, and its legs.
And it plays a ringtone.
Its legs fly off everywhere, and it just goes.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Nice. All right. You guys kill all the spiders. All right, combat over. Good job. Mini combat.
Yeah, you had me more concerned there.
I tried to light a spider on fire. I was so excited to do it, and I didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, that was kind of my thing.
I imagine it must have been really.
It was +6. It was +6 was my attack. I wasn't reading everything, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it still wouldn't have mattered, yeah. It was a 12 armor class, in case you were wondering.
It's really
Gotcha.
unfortunate that Violet was first to go in, but didn't get to do anything.
I know, she was up next.
The worst part is, I have the best specialty because a lot of my abilities are fire with crowd control. It's just like, boom.
Laura got pounced, bit by a couple spiders, and then everyone else saved her. Before she could even react.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, you are getting them confused.
You caught it. You caught the illness. You
Wait,
caught
what?
the getting us confused.
You said
called me
Elora.
I did?
Done it. Yeah.
I swore I said Violet. Oh, well. I just misspoke. I do know the difference between you two. I just keep misspeaking.
White people are the
Or
same.
misremembering.
You're not even white.
So after all the combat's over, I'm gonna approach Violet and say, Violet, are you okay? Do you need any healing?
Probably a little bit. I am a little hurt, but I should be fine. Good thing the good thing about it, my heritage is it means, and then you just see me kind of like gently pat the like light scaling I have. I can take a few hits.
Just in case, let me heal you up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and target her and heal.
Yep, you get 8 health back.
Sweet.
Ooh, that's a good one. It keeps making my health go down. It just made my health go down.
What?
That's really weird.
You're healing.
Thing?
No, it says heal.
The WND is how much damage.
Oh,
you take.
yeah. WND is
Oh,
wound.
thank
It's your
goodness.
wounded count.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
I know
That's
it's
a weird way to put
backwards. I
that.
kind of hate it. I wish there was an option
Ow,
to change it.
your soothing water hurts. I put salt in your wound.
Yeah, accidentally.
It's a disinfectant. It's fine.
Tasty.
So after the healing, you guys all get up to this chest here, and it's filled with gold coins. And if you count them all, there's 500 total.
Ooh.
So we split it 6 ways.
Yep, and if you guys are going to agree to split it evenly, I can do that automatically.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Works for me.
Yeah.
All right. Until you guys evenly distribute them, and that should be, yeah.
Don't forget to put it in your D&D Beyond.
Oh, there's 2 gold extra left over. Let's see. Yeah, so it's 83 each. Let's see. Is this doing it right? Laura, did it give you any? This is a weird screen. I've never used this before. Sorry. Let me look in your inventory. Oh, it did give it to you. It just doesn't show it in this window. Okay.
I'm just using D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I want you to ultimately record it in D to be honest. There we go. I had to resize the window. That's why. I'm just using this. So there's a cool thing. There's a party sheet. Have you all on the party sheet? I can do rolls like for the whole party, but also there's an inventory thing, and I can drag parcels of rewards into this window and then distribute them to you guys. I just have never used it, so I didn't know what I was looking at. But anyway, there's 2 extra gold pieces. If after dividing it evenly, you all get 83 gold, and then there's 2 left over. So
I suggest Violet gets the 2 gold because she got the brunt of the spiders.
I kind of tanked that
I
encounter,
agree.
yes.
all right, so
agree.
you get
Use it for dry
85.
cleaning.
You get 85 gold then, Violet.
Yay.
She could use the dry cleaning. The extra 2 go for dry cleaning.
Yeah, from the spider guts you blasted on.
Where's the thing on D&D Beyond for it?
It's in equipment.
But
Yeah.
do we want to take a short rest at all, or do we want to keep going down this cave?
We can
It
keep
is
going.
almost-
We are
it
3
is-
to 11. As you guys, I assume someone's probably gonna have to stop
I
now.
might have to start going soon because I'm too drunk to operate my mouse now.
We might want to stop for a while, like tonight. We can use that as like a 1-hour rest.
Yeah,
I would
you guys can
Like
take a short rest.
for like people to regain things that they need. Or
Yeah, it hasn't been long enough to take a long rest, I wouldn't think. But yeah, short rest for sure.
We could take an
I
hour-long
actually-
rest.
I actually suggest we do not do any resting here in case for some random reason the water turns.
What if a spider
You guys
comes?
have a couple minutes. If you press forward, you will find a better spot to rest.
Okay, then. Let's move ahead, I guess, then, for just a little bit.
God for giving us a sign.
Move along.
Okay, I'm going to continue leading in
Actually,
case there's water-related stuff.
I'm curious as to what Marina's armor class is.
11.
Oh, yeah, no, I got a little bit more. But that's because
Yeah.
I have perpetual
Are
mage
you
armor.
guys armored? Like, are you guys actually wearing physical armor?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
just have a draconic origin, so I basically have mage armor up constantly.
Yeah.
I have
Or as a spell to cast, I just wanted to make sure.
I have 12.
Oh my god, I can't fucking. I don't know if it's my mouse or the leg. I can't operate this anymore.
I'm moving you. Don't
Can't
worry.
Yeah, you're not alone. I can't operate
Focusing,
it
so I'm
either.
just gone.
Okay, so as you guys approach, the ceiling again turns into more structure above, and then you see light coming through a grate. So you guys are not. So see the white lines? Do you guys see the white lines there?
Yeah.
You're still underground, but in those white lines. So yeah, you see that sewer grate right there above you right now.
Oh, let's find
Oh.
Splinter.
And so Grandpa Willie says, "Oh, it looks like we're what? What'd you say?"
He
I
said,
thought it was
let's find Splinter.
Oh.
Where the Ninja Turtles find it.
Gotcha. All
Now I
right,
fucking want pizza. Thanks, jackass.
Grandpa Willie says, "It looks like some kind of structure. This must be a grate in the floor or something."
How far above it is it?
It's just a few feet. It's a short or a low overhead in this cavern.
I'm assuming I'm still leading because of the whole. reasoning.
Yeah.
Can I-
Sorry, I just
can I
drug
push up
people
on it?
over. Yeah, you can push up on it. Go ahead and roll
Like a
a
good place to rest.
roll an athletics check.
All right, I'm gonna use guidance too.
Wait, what are you doing, Violet?
Just taking a quick peek around, just like the columns and stuff.
Oh, no, you're not up there yet. Sorry. So see these white lines? You're underground from this room in those white lines, and
Okay.
you're coming up through this sewer grate. Does that make sense?
Fair enough.
So once you're through, you can certainly go. You can certainly go.
Oh, how much does my mage? Shit, wrong mouse. How much does my mage hand push again?
Up to 5 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
It was 10
I think it's
pounds.
10.
Look.
We
Okay.
both have mage hand. We can just use
Before you
it
guys can
together.
decide what you want to do, Marina just stands up and pushes the grate up, and it goes, and then she slides it off to the side.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
Yeah, not that week, guys.
All right, now you guys are up above in the room around the grate.
But she's down there.
Now you guys are all up. Does anybody close the sewer grate, or you just leave it open?
I say we leave it open just in case.
Okay, so the lid is off to the side. Then we'll say over here.
Oh, they're gonna know we're down here.
Okay.
I don't know
you-
why, but when you said up, I figured that I just thought that maybe we might be getting a house scene with balloons on it, and we're gonna have to go flying around.
I can tell everyone's
within the
getting
lines of
tired.
the story.
All right, so this room is definitely it's not wet. It looks free from water.
Can I look up at the ceiling above where the grate was?
Yeah, you can. It's more stone. The stone makes up the ceiling, and there's these pillars are holding up. These are the support beams basically in this room. Not very tall.
Like any,
A little taller than the cavern. What?
but it doesn't look like any water went through here.
No. Not recently, anyway.
Oh,
Remember, you already found where the water came from through those rocks that
you're right.
Violet was trying to move.
right.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, can you mute for a sec, Rainbow?
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and look around.
Okay, you guys look around. There is a door over here.
Is it a magically sealed door?
It doesn't look like it. It just looks like an ordinary wooden door.
I'm gonna approach it.
Okay. All right. Are you guys looking for anything specific, or are you just looking around?
I'm mostly looking around trying to see if there's, like, as long as this room is safe, basically.
Okay, yeah, you look around and you don't see any. There's nothing in here. Nothing pops out at you. Seems pretty dead.
All right. I'm gonna attempt to open the door.
The door is locked.
Great. I'm going to go. I'm gonna take out my pickaxe and try to hit the door.
Oh.
Okay.
You can
All right.
literally just ask me to melt the lock.
So
Why don't you ask Grandpa Willie?
if you guys want to be done, then and you want to take a rest also, then I suggest you do that in here. But the door will continue. There's a lot more left here. So if you guys need to quit, then
we should rest here for like right now.
Okay.
Just because of
And I'd like to quit.
we can tell.
Go take a shower. I stink.
Yeah.
Stinky.
Not
All
from
right.
D&D. I just in general.
All right, that was fun. Oh, and level up before next week.
Yay!
Finally!
Level 10.
You had some combat. I felt like you couldn't level up until you had at least some combat.
I'm doing it now.
Well, I get an ability score improvement.
Ooh.
What do I want to improve?
So many multiplier increases.
Haha, y'all fucked now.
So we're going to level 4, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Level 4.
So is it a possibility to do a random rock and roll session during that quarantine?
Yeah, you just gotta reach out to me, man. Whenever I ask who wants to do rock and roll play, I never get any responses. So
XP from
Just,
I think that'd be
talking to
kinda-
NPCs.
XP for
kinda-
talking to NPCs.
I think it'd be kind of fun to do a Honey I Shrunk the Kids one.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Is
plan it.
ETC gonna join us?
ETC.
You said rock and roll, right?
Oh, Elite Tauren Chieftain. All right.
yeah,
Thanks everybody for watching. This is episode 7 of Solstice, and we'll see you next week. And thanks for joining us, Legato Soul. Hope you have a good night.